trying to stay in the Premier League, while Antonina explains why she thinks a move to the Premier League would suit Vinicius Jr. of Real Madrid. If you want to hear more, the talkSPORT Daily is available on all podcast platforms now. Now, Leeds tonight against Burnley is the start of a very busy weekend across the network. Remember, it's the final day in the EFL regular season as well. So tomorrow from 2:30, Adrian Durham, Alan Pardew and Nicky Gray are going to take you around the grounds, including Brentford's game against West Ham, Newcastle taking on Brighton, and Wolves against Sunderland. On Sunday at 1:30, we'll have Game Day Live once again with Adrian, Scott Minto and Perry Groves alongside him this time. And the Premier League, of course, big game, Scottish Premiership as well, Women's Premier League, Women's Champions League too. And remember, Manchester United facing Liverpool, Bournemouth taking on Crystal Palace on Sunday. We will have live commentary on Sunday evening from Villa Park as Aston Villa hosts Tottenham. Tottenham desperate for points, could be even more desperate after events here tonight. The boss of Spurs, Roberto De Zerbi, delivered a 4-minute monologue at the beginning of today's press conference, with his main point being, stop crying.
No, it's impossible. We are crying, everyone is crying. We relegate. No, not yet.
Yeah.
And we have to die on the pitch. And to die on the pitch, we have to lose the game. And before losing the game, we have to play, we have to fight. We have 2 points less than West Ham. And West Ham have to play a difficult game as well, like us. And for that, okay, it's not the best moment for us. It's not. It's a tough moment. It's a difficult moment. But the losers cry. The losers think negative, and I don't want people close to me crying or to think in a different way than me.
So put away your Kleenex if you go near Roberto De Zerbi. Aaron Lennon, former Spurs man, of course. Were those the utterings of a defiant or a defeated manager?
I think defiant. I like him. I like the way he's come out. I like the way he's talking. Look, it is no time. There isn't time for crying. It's not a time for hiding away now. We have to stand up. Tottenham players are going to have to stand up. They're going to have to dig in. They're going to have to grind out results. They're going to have to get points. And like you said, there is no time for crying, as he is to put it. And look, I like De Zerbi. He is a fighter. He is a winner. So look, it's a big ask for Spurs. But I think he is the right man at this time.
What have you made of what he's done to the team? Defeat by Sunderland, draw with Brighton, a win over Wolves last time out.
Yeah, look, I think he's done okay. Look, it was a tough job for anybody coming in. The team's confidence was shot to pieces. So look, he's had to pick them up. They finally got a win, which is a massive lift for any club. When you've not gone on any, you keep thinking we can't beat anybody, but you get that win, no matter how you get it, it lifts the spirits in the dressing room. And hopefully if you come, look, they had a couple of bad injuries also in that game, which doesn't help things. But they've got to stand up. They've got winnable games here. They've got two massive home games, I think, which they'll be looking at as must-win games.
It's interesting that he's telling people to stop crying, because it's about the mentality and the psychology of what's in front of Spurs at the moment. Psychologically, they're going to be playing after West Ham this weekend. West Ham going to Brentford, but in fact, Spurs play after West Ham in the next 3 matches, and in the final week of the season, due to Chelsea being in the FA Cup final, Spurs are going to play on Tuesday before the final day on Sunday, which will give the Hammers extra rest. I know they're not playing against one another, but it feels like it might be a little bit unfair.
Look, it's the way it is. It's the way it is. If you start looking at it as unfair, I promise you, you're not going to start picking up points. You cannot look at it this way as a player now. You cannot look at it this way. You've just got to focus on yourself. Look, if West Ham are going to win tomorrow, that adds huge pressure onto Spurs. It's massive psychological if they were to get that win.
I don't know if you're on board with the idea that it is a 2-horse race for that final relegation spot. West Ham's final fixtures, they're away at Brentford, Arsenal at home, a trip to Newcastle before Leeds at home on the final day. Spurs are away at Villa, home to Leeds, Chelsea away, and then Everton at home. Who's going down, Aaron?
I'm going to say West Ham. Look, I have to say it, I know I will, but I actually got them written down here. So look, I've got Spurs to get a point at Villa. I've got them to beat Leeds because Leeds will only be safe. I've then got them to get nothing at Chelsea because they never get anything at Stamford Bridge. I've then got them to beat Everton last game of the season. That'll take me 7 points. If they get 7 points, I think they stay in the league.
Okay, all right. biased commentary from Aaron Lennon there, as we expected. One of his other former sides as well, Everton taking on Manchester City on Monday night. That's live and exclusive here on talkSPORT. And remember, on Saturday, 5:30 p.m, the game day phone-in with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy will keep you right up to date with all the events from Arsenal against Fulham. The title might be decided on goal difference. Who knows? Neither side dropping points. Is that a possibility?
No, it definitely is. Like I said, I look at West Ham's fixture there. Look, Brentford away is a tough game. Arsenal still have to challenge you for the title, have to win that game. Newcastle away, I know Newcastle have not been fiery. And then West Ham, Leeds, look, Leeds could be saved. So that's the one you're looking at going, look, 3 points. But it could go down score difference. And I think Spurs are +6 when it comes to goal difference. So it could come down to that.
What about the title race between Manchester City and Arsenal? Where do you see that going?
It's going to go all the way down to Bayern. Look, I think City have got the momentum. And I'm not giving Arsenal anything this year, but yeah, I fancy City. I fancy City to nick it, I really do. I think they've got the momentum, and when they get in that stride and they get in the groove, they're very difficult to stop.
Yeah, that's a talk about through and through, Aaron Lennon there. The final day of the EFL tomorrow, regular season, will have you covered across the talkSPORT network. 12:30 tomorrow. Ipswich against QPR on talkSPORT exclusively. Over on talkSPORT 2, it's going to be Wrexham against Middlesbrough at 3 o'clock. We'll have Exeter City against Bradford City as well in League One. You're listening to Kick-Off on talkSPORT with Sky Sports. And don't forget, with now, you can stream all the Sky Sports action flexibly, like Leeds against Burnley live tonight. Just search Now Sports. Mark, I should ask you, on the end of the EFL season, do you think Ipswich get it done against Queen's Park Rangers tomorrow?
Yeah, I think they will. They'll just stumble over the line. It feels they could have done it a little bit easier than they have done it, but it's the pressure, I guess, the pressure being on them. I think them getting a point the other night, I think they'll get the win that they need against Queen's Park Rangers. I think they will go.
Wrexham against Middlesbrough. Could be Borough, who knows, fighting for a place in the top 2, but it also is Wrexham fighting for that 6th and final playoff spot. Could be a massive game.
It's a massive game. Look, it's great for us, especially as the neutral sitting on the side. Look, they're huge games for these football clubs. And that game could go either way. So look, it's going to be a massive end to the season. I agree with that. I fancy Ipswich to go also. I fancy Ipswich to get the win tomorrow. But no, I'm really looking forward to the game.
If the playoffs stay as they are, with Hull, with Millwall, Southampton and Wrexham, if they can do it against Borough tomorrow, who would you favour? We know Southampton have been in great form, but there's big clubs in there.
100%. And look, the Championship's so interesting. You always get a team like Southampton who time it great. They timed it so well. They found the form. And look, football is about form. And when you find that clip and you feel you could beat anybody, and they're in that form at the minute, we've seen them against City. Look, there was a look at. I know City made changes, but look, they're playing really, really well. So if my money was on anyone, it'd be on Southampton.
Okay, all right. All the drama, the final day in the EFL. 12:30 kickoffs in the Championship, League 1 and 2 at 3 o'clock. We will have you covered across the talkSPORT network tomorrow. Live games on both stations, and we will be taking you around the grounds on talkSPORT tomorrow at 3 o'clock as well. As I said, you're listening to Kick-Off on talkSPORT with Sky Sports, and with Now, you can stream all the Sky Sports action like Leeds against Burnley live tonight. Search Now Sports. We'll have Kick-Off at Ellen Road up next.
Kick-Off live on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
On day 3 of leftovers for lunch, and the day off, switch it up with a double cheeseburger for $2.49 on the McDonald's Saver menu.
Leftovers left the chat.
Talk about saver satisfaction. Served from 11 a.m. Price and participation may vary. Visa packet delivery rules, subject to availability.
Incredible scenes here at the Village Hotel's Pub and Grill. Fans are taking their place in the fans-only stadium-style seating. Amazing views on huge screens, and we're underway. Lovely bit of dribbling there as she tackles the burger stack. Now they're going down the wings. Sticky barbecue. Unbelievable. Oh, and he's hit the bar. And it's there. His favourite ice cold beer. What a result. Catch every game live in the Pub and Grill at Village. Get in. Find out more at villagehotels.com.
Excuse me. All right, mate. What did I miss? Not much. 3 goals, 2 red cards and 1 20-man brawl. Then they sacked the manager and appointed an interim. Football moves fast, so keep up with all the latest breaking news, expert analysis and exclusive inside stories on thesun.co.uk. Then they released the new 5th kit and launched the documentary series as well. Keep up with every gig on thesun.co.uk.
Betfair, we're built for football's dramatic run. From European knockout rounds to the league's biggest six-pointers, where promotion, relegation and title issues can swing on a dodgy VAR call. Can you predict the twists to come? Get a free £10 bet when you bet £10 on Accas or Bet Builders on football this week. Betfair. Play different.
Opt-in required. Free bet valid for 7 days. Minimum 3 legs at 1.5 odds or higher to qualify. T's and C's apply. 18 plus gamblerware.org.
We all fantasize about our perfect home. Sipping a morning coffee out on the terrace. Good morning, Mrs. Squirrel. The kids building a trees playing on the lawn. But come on, this isn't real. Listen, if you're serious about making your fantasy a reality, find out what your home is worth instantly with a free online valuation estimate. Get real about moving. Get on the market. Most common time to obtain an online quote between 1st of April 2024 and 30th of June 2024 was under 3 minutes. Excludes Northern Ireland.
It's another day at Screwfix, and Simone Farah is learning the ropes.
So, Mo, with Click and Collect, we get orders ready fast. So customers are out of here and back to their jobs in as little as 1 minute. What are you doing?
Lunches. It's my warm-up. I need to be in peak condition for when orders come in.
Love that intensity, Mo. Laser focused. You might even have what it takes to beat my PB one day.
Back in a mo.
Click and collect in as little as 1 minute. Screwfix. No stopping you.
In 10 metres, take a left at the pile of washing.
Sorry, what?
At the Valley of Toy Dinosaurs, approach the kitchen with no room to cook. Turn right at the floor drove. You've reached chaos. Recalculating. Suggest immediate course correction to IKEA for fitted wardrobes, children's storage and cupboard organisers.
Find your way back to calm. Discover smart storage at your local IKEA now. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
Kick off live on talkSPORT with Sky Sports. Stream the biggest Premier League games flexibly with Now. Like Leeds United versus Burnley live today. Search Now Sports, 18 plus, free via internet terms apply. Established and excellent evening star of football kick-off live on talkSPORT.
Star has smashed it in! He almost burst the net, and Leeds United show their character and fight.
I think the manager's done tremendous for a football club, and I think Daniel's done a great job, and long may it continue.
Most important thing is that it happens at all, and that we stay in this league, and for that, the sooner we win the points better.
And there's the full-time whistle. It's done, it's dusted, it's heartbreak for Burnley. Another season in the Premier League ends in relegation.
Scott Parker has left his position as head coach of Burnley by mutual consent. I mean, if the decision has been made, what's the point of hanging around? But they've gone, he's gone, Burnley will rebuild again.
It's Ellen Road under the lights tonight on talkSPORT. It's a match of epic proportions for the home side. Leeds United know a win over Burnley will put them 9 points clear of Spurs, who will have just 12 points left to fight for. It could be a definitive evening as they look to book a ticket to another top-flight season. Kick-off coming at 8 p.m. in your live and exclusive Premier League action. I'm Hugh Wizardrock alongside Mark Wilson and the former England midfielder Aaron Lennon. Aaron, it's a big night for Daniel Farke in particular. After promotion last year, you'll remember those reports that Leeds might be moving on to a new manager, some feeling like he didn't have the quality to have a team survive at this level. It seems like he's going to prove everyone wrong, but have we seen him and his team evolve this season?
No, we definitely have. I think if we go back to the Man City game, I think that was the turning point for the football club. Look, just before that game, I know there was massive questions being asked about Daniel Farke, but I think he has proven he was the right man for the job. And look, that's what top managers do. They make changes when there needs to be changes, and he did that. He changed the system, he changed the formation, he changed personnel, and it paid off for Leeds. And look, I think he's a top manager, and I'm glad they stayed with him, and I'm glad he's doing so well, because look, this is a fantastic football club, and we know that first season to stay in the league is so important.
What do you think happens in the summer if Leeds stay up? Do these owners, very ambitious owners, make a very executive decision despite his successes, Mark?
That is a big call, isn't it? 4 games from the end of the season. Look, I know they've got massive respect for Daniel Farke for the way that he conducts himself, the way that he leads his football club. Is there a decision to make? Maybe there is. There's going to be investment, I think, in the squad. If they trust him to go on and go with that investment, then they'll go with him. It's one, I think, It's one that I think for a bit later on, like we were saying about the Parker thing, why now? I don't think we need to talk about Daniel Parker's future right now, certainly not if they win tonight. Let him down out on that for a few weeks and then maybe look at it again in the summer. There'll be speculation because this is a massive football club. This is the potential here is huge.
It's when the big spending comes in, it's suddenly everyone seems to focus their intent a little bit more strongly. And it looks like there will be big investment in Leeds United this summer. They didn't have to spend a penny for Dominic Calvert-Lewin this summer. He leads the goal-scoring charts for Leeds with 11. He's only scored once in his last 8 appearances, though. His last open play goal was in February's 3-1 win over Forest. Is he running out of time to make the England squad for this summer, Aaron?
Possibly, yeah. Look, Dom's a fantastic player. It's not just his goals. Honestly, if you watch Dom, you'll see his all-round play. His selflessness play for the team, he runs the channels, he wins flick-ons, he's great in both boxes, and he's a top striker. Look, he's been sensational for Leeds this season, and I really hope he can make a few goals before the end of the season to get him on that train.
He's got to at least pose the question to Thomas Tuchel, doesn't he, in his final 4 matches, because we saw that tackle on Ollie Watkins last night. Things can change in an instant.
Yeah, it can get changed in this. If he can have 2 or 3, maybe 4 goals in these last 4 games, then he'll be on everyone's lips again. Look, he's obviously done something right. Everyone was worried when Leeds signed him. He's never fit. He's played 31 Premier League games up till tonight, so he has proved his fitness. He proved he can score, and he's proved he's a very, very good footballer.
I'm interested to see the number 9 at the other end, in Zian Fleming for Burnley.
Yeah.
He's had a good season, 9 goals for him. First season in the top flight. Has he proven he belongs in the Premier League?
Yeah, no, every time I've watched him, every time he goes through on goal, he shows great composure, and that's a sign of a top striker. Look, he played in a difficult team, which not scored many goals, and he's led the line really well. So, look, I'm sure there'll be clubs really interested in him and looking at him for sure.
He's got 4 goals in his last 7 games. He may be coming here tonight to spoil what could be a survival party. Burnley maybe will be affected by the departure of Scott Parker and the events of the last week as well. Relegation, it does take its toll on a team, but it can go 1 or 2 ways as well.
No, it definitely can. Like you said, look, it's never easy when a manager goes. It never is for everybody at the football club. But it also lets the shackles off. You're relegated, the new manager comes in and goes, look lads, let's just go for it. Let's play with freedom. So it'll be really interesting to see how Burnley turn up tonight.
Big atmosphere as ever inside Ellen Road as fans pour into their seats. They're expectant tonight. They know 3 points could be absolutely huge for this football club. Burnley already heading back to the EFL, and remember, we'll have exclusive live coverage of the final day of the EFL season across the talkSPORT network tomorrow. Ipswich QPR at lunchtime here on talkSPORT, Wrexham Middlesbrough on talkSPORT 2, and Exeter Bradford in League 1 at 3 p.m. Adrian Durham taking you around the grounds. Game day live starts at 2:30 here on talkSPORT. But we start the weekend with a massive game towards the bottom of the Premier League. Can Leeds take that vital 3 points, or will Burnley deal a heavy blow to their survival bid? Your commentary team is England World Cup winger Aaron Lennon and Mark Wilson.
Cheers, Hugh. Packed house here at Ellen Road, where Leeds United are hoping to get the footballing weekend off to a flying start. Fans of Spurs and West Ham United will be praying that Burnley, already relegated, can do them a big favour by taking points off Leeds, who start the night 6 points clear of Spurs in that all-important 18th spot in the Premier League table. Leeds made 3 changes after that disappointing loss to Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final. Lucas Perry, Gabriel Gunnarsson and Brendan Aronson all miss out. Carl Darlow back in goal, and Joe Rodden and Anton Stack come in to the 11. Darlow the keeper, it's Rodon, Beal and Strauch across the back. Justin Tanaka, Ampadu and Bogle across the middle. With the informed Noah Okafor, partnering Anton Stack just behind Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's hoping for some goals to enhance not only his club's chances, but his World Cup hopes as well. Burnley relegated last week after defeat to Manchester City. They have changed their manager. Mike Jackson comes in after Scott Parker left by mutual consent yesterday. They go with 11 that played well but were beaten by City. The Bradford goal, Walker, Humphries, Ekdal, Esteban, Hartman the back 5. Chalder, Ward-Prowse, Lauren and Anthony across the middle, with Zian Fleming leading the line alongside me, a man who started his career here at Ellen Road and finished it at Turf Moor. Aaron Lennon, good evening to you. I can see you getting excited listening to the music again here. Good to be back.
Oh, great to be back. I promise you, every time you hear this tune come on, you want to get out there and play. Look, this is one of the best atmosphere Leeds, Ellen Road, under the lights, Friday night game. Honestly, the place is rocking. I can barely hear myself speak, but I'm really looking forward to this.
You've had a foot in both camps, you know what this game means. Well, this is a battle of the roses. You're from this part of the world like I am. These always mean a lot, whoever's playing.
100%. This game is massive, and look, this is a huge game for Leeds United. Look, Leeds United are looking at this. 3 points today puts Leeds United safe. Look, Burnley are relegated, but they've still got something to clear. A new manager will be coming in. I'm sure he's looking at this team. But like I say, for Leeds now, it's about focusing on getting the 3 points.
It is indeed. Now, first thing, Burnley have obviously won the coin toss. They've turned Leeds around, which means Leeds are attacking the top end. There's a little bit of a murmur of disappointment because Leeds do like to attack away to our left in the second half. But Leeds all in white have it. It's the claret and blue of Burnley. And we are underway. And it's Leeds who have it in the centre circle. And it'll be interesting how they approach this test tonight. They know a win would leave them 9 clear with just 4 games remaining. They've got Spurs live on talkSPORT a week on Monday. Chance here early for Leeds, ball into the box, headed away. They'll come back to the man who put the crossing down the left-hand side. Here now is on this near side Tanaka, lays it back, strong challenge there. Fleming and Stroud, and Stroud just comes off it a little bit worse off, but a good start from Leeds.
No, it's a fantastic start. It's a great ball by Okafor into the box, and you fancy Calvert-Lewin to get on the end of that, but look, it's a great start by Leeds. They've started fast, the crowd are behind them, and look, it's a great start.
It is indeed. Ball out over on the far side. The Burnley already going back down again. The yo-yo trend continues for them. It is a massive weekend. We will find out tomorrow who will grab that second spot in the Premier League by champions Coventry. We'll be live as Ipswich hope to get the win that sees them promoted. We'll have the battle for the playoffs as well, and all the EFL action. And Adrian will be around the grounds tomorrow from 2:30 in and around our live commentaries. Leeds having the ball, and Burnley seemingly happy to let them have it at the moment.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting approach. Just looking at Burnley have set up, it looks like it is a back 4, but they're really sitting off Leeds here, and I'm not sure that's the right tactic for this, because Leeds United are really comfortable having possession, and I'm not sure Burnley's tactic is a good one.
Well, we point that out. I was looking back earlier in the year. They met really early in the year. Burnley 2-0 winners over Leeds. Leeds had nearly 70% possession that day, and it didn't do them any good. They were beaten 2-0 at Turf Moor. Maybe they're looking to repeat the trick again, but Leeds on the front foot early on. They're going to get a free kick over on the far side after a strong challenge goes in there from Hartman. No complaints. I bet you don't miss those tackles, Aaron, when you used to play.
No, I don't miss them at all. Look, I've still got the scars on my ankles to show, but I miss playing in these atmospheres, I'll tell you that, because it's a fantastic here at Ellen Road tonight.
It is indeed. If they do get an early goal, it will lift the pressure. Burnley will be hoping to put the pressure on Daniel Farker on the edge of his technical area. He's looking on. It's a warm, balmy evening in West Yorkshire. But the ball forward picked up and played forward by Burnley. We're looking to launch a counter with Jaden Anthony. And the long spell here in the Championship, he can't keep it in. And it's out for a throw and level with the edge of the Leeds United penalty area. How hard is it then when a team just sit off you? What have Leeds got to do well to break this Burnley team down?
Leeds have got to move the ball quickly. They've got to move the ball quickly. They've got to use the spaces out wide, and they've got to get balls in the box. But the most important thing about a team who's going to sit off is moving the ball quickly and creating the tempo. You have to get on the ball and create that tempo. Move the ball fast. Move the ball fast and get the balls in the box.
Yeah, well, they've got to throw it over on the far side. They'll play back inside their own half. Defending in front of the cop end. Here's Dubravka, all in a light green goalkeeping strip. They'll play it out on the near side. Here's Chona, who scored a goal against Leeds in that game at Turf Moor. Ball played forward. Beale thought about going back to his keeper, and he saw Anthony a bit of a dummy there. Now Rodon brings it up towards halfway, and Leeds trying to play forward. Calvert-Lewin wasn't the intended target, but he's going to chase down the ball all the way back to Dubravka. Ball played out over on the far side, and Burnley will look to knock it long towards halfway. Tanaka maybe got a bit of a nudge in the back there, but Fleming gets away with that, and then there's a slip from Anthony over on the far side, and Leeds get it back. It's going to be interesting how Burnley go on about attacking this Leeds defence. Certainly Fleming already is putting himself about a bit.
Yeah, he started off putting himself about. He's left a few late challenges on the Leeds back line, and it looks like Jaden Anthony is looking to half treat in that left-hand side position, and they're looking to get it forward to the three boys up top. So look, it's an interesting tactic by Burnley, so it'll be interesting to see how this pans out.
Yeah, early stages here, 0-0, 4 gone. Live, what a way to start the weekend here in Ellen Road. Famous old football ground. They are going to redevelop the stand that we're in. They're going to build a new one over the top of it. As Leeds look to increase the capacity, it's been sold out every game this season. Tough to get a ticket in this part of the world, that is for sure. Leeds have it inside their own half. Here now is Pascal Strong. He's got Tanaka out wide on this near side. Again, Burnley just sits off. Happy to let Leeds have it. Ball played forward, and then they'll pick up the pieces in midfield, but there's no out ball for them at the moment. Tanaka tried to flick it round the corner. That went out. It's a throw right in front of Daniel Farker. Burnley have it. Early signs maybe here that Burnley's tactics are working a little bit. They are frustrating Leeds even early on.
They definitely are. And like I said, they've got, without the out possession, they're getting 10 bodies behind the ball, and they're slowing the game down. And Leeds have got to lead the tempo, but here's the chance for
Okafor's nicked a loose pass there. He's driving forward to the edge of the box, just overran it, still going. He's overrun it, bounces off his shins and behind for a goal kick. It was a poor pass, he was on it in a flash. Okafor, a man in form, but Aaron, he never quite had over his control.
No, he never made his mind up. He was hesitant whether to go left or right, and there he's just wanting to be a little bit more direct, cut inside and get that shot off. But that's Okafor. Look, he's been in fine form, and he's definitely one for Leeds tonight who can bring that energy, who can bring that bit of magic.
Yeah, you can only imagine him getting better with another season in the top flight.
100%. He's been brilliant as the games have gone on, as he's got fitter, as he's got used to the Premier League. He's performing really well.
Tanaka just got another shoulder in the back there. That time it was Josh Warren who's drawn the referee's whistle. Thomas Bramall is the man in the middle tonight. Hopefully no VAR. Free kick taken quickly by Leeds. Tanaka gets it out on the near side to Justin. Justin heads off down the touchline. Pulled the ball back. Was behind Okafor. Burnley pick it up again. But once again, Burnley just can't get themselves out of their own half here. Justin's won it back. And now they'll feed it down the left. Okafor has it. Level with the edge of the Burnley area. Onto his right foot. Lays it back now to Tanaka. Tanaka thought about putting the cross in. Whips it in. It's cleared away around about the 6-yard box. And all the way through to Yacobiol, who's inside the centre circle. Leeds will set and build again. Tanaka is going to have to go back to Biol, who plays a nice first-time pass. And that was neat football from Leeds.
That was beautiful play. Lovely little wave passing into Ampadu from Biol. And that's what you've got to do. Less touches in the game like that. The team's going to sit off its less touches today.
Here's Justin, pokes the ball towards Calvert-Lewin. Nice first touch. He just wouldn't sit for a touchdown. Cleared away over on the far side. Here's Bogle, right side of the box. Cross. Hit a defender, Fleming chests it down, midway inside his own half. Leeds have got it back. They're a little bit more up-tempo now, Leeds. They play the ball here, shot from distance, and it's gone in! What a strike! Anton Stack from nearly 30 yards out has hit it first time. Dubravka couldn't get there. Ellen Road explodes. Leeds have lift off. No good news to Spurs or West Ham. Leeds won, Burnley nil.
What a goal this is by Anton Stack. It's fired into him. He takes it on his back foot and he hits it so early that the keeper doesn't see it. He hits it great. He takes it on the back foot and gets his shot off so quickly with his left foot. It's a fantastic strike. Must be 25 yards out into the bottom right-hand corner. What a start for Leeds United and what a goal by Anton Stack.
It's caught Dubravka. It's a daisy cut. I mean, I've got to ask the question. Dubravka should not be getting beaten from there.
He's hit it so early, and that's what catches the into off guard. Dubravka is not ready, he's not set. We talk about getting your shots off early, and Anton Stack has done that, and it's a fantastic goal.
Well, he couldn't start at Wembley last week for Leeds. They only felt he had 45 minutes in him. They brought him on at half-time as they chased victory. That's the Anton Stack they wanted from the start last week. He's hit it so early. Probably not his cleanest shot, he won't care. It was right in the bottom corner, and Dubravka scrambled, just couldn't get there.
He couldn't get there. It's a fantastic goal. Like I said, the key thing about it was hitting it early. But this is interesting now for this Burnley side who wanted to sit off. They're now one goal down, and Leeds are on the front foot.
And now Calvert-Lewin's fumbled over 25 yards out, and it's a free kick here. It's left of centre. But I'll tell you what, Anton Stack might fancy having a go at this as well. We know he's hit a few quality free kicks this year. It was interesting, Aaron, just in the build-up to that, you mentioned Leeds were just starting to pop some passes, they were starting to ask some questions.
They were starting to take charge, they were starting to move the ball quickly, they were starting to zip it into each other. And that's the difference. When a team is going to sit in, they move the ball quickly. And Leeds did that, it opened up, and like I said, it's a fantastic start now. And Anton Stack fancy himself from this. We've seen him hit these a couple of times this season.
Normally we have a pool of players around, everyone just walks up, so yeah, Anton's taking this.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, but a wall, four-man wall, and the draft excluder. Then a Burnley player just off the wall, the Bradker waits. Anton Stack from a similar kind of distance, right-footed, going for two, whipped it, but just always over the top. Just hit well, but the Bradker always had eyes on that, and it was always just a yard or so too high.
He's always rising. He'll be disappointed in that Anton Stack. He's better than that. Look, he hits a wonderful ball with both feet, as we've seen. So he'll be a little bit disappointed with that, but it's a great start. And as you can see, Leeds now ready to press on the front foot, ready to press Burnley.
Yeah, we've just seen a replay from behind the goal, and it's just clear that Bradker's, he's never set when the shot's hit, he's always scrambling. Okafor tries to feed it for Calvert-Lewin. Stack pounces on a pass but couldn't control it. Nice flick the other way, but there's Beal to tidy up for Leeds. Leeds 1, Burnley 0. Now that result, this result, as it stands, means Leeds would also give above Newcastle up to 14th in the Premier League table. Who would have thought that at the start of the year? But it does pile the pressure on West Ham and Spurs. It's 1-0 here to Leeds United. And as it stands, at 9 clear of the bottom 3. Ball over the top is looking to try and get in Bogle. Ball bounces off a defender, and the Bradker will slide out all along his goal line and collect it on the far side. We've had just short of 11 minutes. You're live on talkSPORT. Mark Wilson with a former England Leeds, Burnley Spurs man, Aaron Lennon here, and just the start, Leeds and Daniel Farke were wanted.
No, it's a fantastic start, and as you can expect, the crowd is lifted, the play is lifted, and this is the worst possible thing you could ask for as Burnley. They've come here, they've tried to slow it down, trying to settle this crowd down, and like I said, Leeds have got that early goal, they've lifted, the spirits are on the front foot, and it's going to be a difficult night for Burnley.
Yeah, you would imagine. It is only 1-0. Walker, that's the ball down below us. Former England international. He's toying with his eye. He's not exactly in a rush at the minute. He gets it in the end back to Dubravka. And Calvert-Lewin will chase him down, and Dubravka will play it out over on the Burnley left-hand side. And now Burnley will look to build, but they need to rebuild. Confident shot after conceding that early goal. Lauren under pressure. He's now bringing it out on the near side, and off the ball, nick the ball off him, and then gives a big rallying cry to the cop. Hard work, you know it's like here. If you work hard, the fans will go with you.
100%. Look, these fans, that's all they ask for, you to give 100%, and they'll get right behind you every single week. Okafor, showing what he can do off the ball, getting after Burnley, making it uncomfortable for their back line. And this is a very difficult task for Burnley now. They've got to get themselves going because they look shot to pieces at the minute.
What a week it's been. What a week it is. We've got live football pretty much every day now. Throughout, and the playoffs to come, of course. talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2, your home of the EFL. We'll have the conclusion of the EFL season tomorrow. 2 live commentary at 12:30. talkSPORT Ipswich, Peace Park Rangers tomorrow. Wrexham Borough, talkSPORT 2. And we've got reporters of all the big games. As the picture changes tomorrow, we will be there. Boots on the ground, bringing you all the latest footballing action. As here is Calvert-Lewin. Heads the ball back inside his own half. Challenge goes in, it's played forward by Burnley. Strout was facing his own goal, he did well. Darlow just watches it as he eases the ball away with justice. And Strout has it at the back and leaves till the end.
Yeah, exactly what he needed. Lovely play by Pascal Strout. Great composure there, just to settle this game back down, just to take control of the ball and have possession. And now Leeds can really control the tempo of this game. Move the ball, don't let the defender get near it, because, to be honest, Burnley are not offering much. With what 14 minutes played, they've not offered much at all in this game so far.
Yeah, well, they have done in games, big games here at Ellen Road, like when they've beaten West Ham, when they beat Wolves. They've got on top early, they've scored goals early, and taken the sting out of the occasion from their point of view. Here's Okafor wide on the Leeds left, he's on halfway. Leeds lead by a goal to nil. Anton Stack with a screamer. 8 minutes into the contest. As Carlo plays it to Ampadu, and now Burnley will press a little bit higher up the field, but Tanaka has it on the near side. His touch wasn't the best, so just have to take another touch ball, play forward for Wilson, who just allowed the ball to roll up the line and then shoved up out of the way. Come out and get it, and Leeds have it back again. We've had 14 minutes, you're listening to Leeds against Burnley on talkSPORT with Sky Sports. Don't forget, but with now, you can stream all the Sky Sports action flexibly like Leeds Burnley right now. Search now for more detail. 1-0 here. Leeds and Ellen Road in good mood at the moment. And they're coming forward. And now they're driving with Ampadu. Thought about playing the ball in the distance. Feeds it inside to Okafor. Coming for Calvert-Lewin, but not sure they're both on the same page. But Leeds have won it back with Tanaka. He finds Stack. Stack gets it away. Can't find Okafor into the box, but he wins it back. But there's a foul from Leeds. It's interesting, isn't it? Well, Burnley not had long to react to the goal, Aaron, but Leeds look quite happy just to keep playing like that, keep going forward, looking for that second.
And I'd be saying the same. Look, if I was on that football pitch now or on from the sideline, I'd be saying let's go for the kill. Look, this Burnley team look low on confidence, and let's all get that second goal, because if Leeds had to get that second goal early in this game, it really puts them in the driving seat.
Full kick for the Brown Cup. Burnley already relegated. 1 win in the last 14. 1 minute 25 in the Premier League. It's been a miserable campaign. Parker left the club yesterday. Walker and Burnley going the way of a pass forward, and they'll go all the way back to Dubravka in front of the cop. Has it to the D. Leeds are pressing and Stack's put it back. Big chance here for Leeds. Stack's got Calvert-Lewin. Pulls it back for Ampadu. His shot's blocked. Falls to Tanaka, who's going to hit it on the half volley. Oh, it's rising and over the top. But Leeds' pressing game at the moment is too much for Burnley. That could have been 2-0.
It could have been. Look, the back were trying to play it out. He underhit the pass. And Anton Stack just over. Plays a lovely way to pass into Ampadu. And it's a good block in the end. But Leeds are on the front foot here. And Burnley are setting up to be pressed. And it's really not a good plan so far for Burnley.
No, it's not. Mike Jackson is looking on. Oh, we've got another ball on the field. And the Bradford's going to have to run away and clear away. Jackson is ball boy now. Leeds trying to be careful with the old time wasting. What happened at Rochdale last time?
That thing now is unbelievable. It's the last thing you do here. Like you said, you cruise it, you don't do any time, you know.
Not forward by the Bradford. Headed away by Struck. Walker needs it, ball it forward. It's headed forward here by Burnley. Ball in the area. Out comes Cardano. But the goalkeeper spot his own. He's picked up Lucas Perry. Now the ball with Tanaka, almost slipped, giving it away now. It's Jake Anthony for Burnley. Squares it as a chance, nicked away. What a tackle by Tanaka. But it's his slip that almost got Leeds in trouble. But he's redeemed himself there. Now Leeds are countering. Here's Okafor down the left. He'll earn a throw. Well, Tanaka, that was some chance.
It was a great challenge because he slipped in the first place. He hit a risky pass across. And like you said, he was with a bit more quality there, but Burnley should have had a chance. But Tanaka really did play well and intercept the pass.
17 gone, you're live on talkSPORT and then with the star former in the World Cup match. And the Premier League experience as well. Starting here at Leeds. The ball now with Stroud. Leeds over halfway again. Calvert-Lewin gets the ball away. Can he get it back? No, he can't. Now the ball again. Stack back from the Leeds are just winning everything. They're so hungry at the moment.
They're so hungry. As soon as possession turns over, they're on the front foot to win it. The nearest man, Anton Stack, again, has been fantastic in these first 15-18 minutes so far in this game. He's on the front foot. He's pressing. Like you said, he's had the goal already as well. It's a really great start from him.
It is Walker with a throw in. Burnley looking for the double over Leeds. They won 2-0 earlier in the campaign. Turn 4. The ball thrown forward. He's all the way through and Beale will retreat back to his own 18-yard box here. Bring it forward. Rolls it out to Joe Rodon back in the starting lineup. And now turn on the far side. That'll be a throw in. Good work from Jaden Bogle. Really interested what happens with Burnley. The yo-yo football back down in the championship. Who will they bring in managerial and player-wise to get them back out? It's been an issue, hasn't it? He's played it for 12 years, passion and fan base is so small that he can't crack it in the Premier League.
No, they can't. Like you said, they've been yo-yoing now for the last few seasons. and this is difficult to watch Burnley because at the minute they're not playing with anything, and especially at home as well. Like the third wall is a fortress if you make it that way. But they've been so far at home this season.
Here's the Leeds again, looking for an early crossing for Okafor. Walker back heels it away, collected. Lovely first touch by Justin. He has it down on the left. Looks to the left. Here now is Pascal Strack. 3 white shirts waiting in the box. They don't put the crossing. They don't know Ampadu. He now finds Biol. Biol just wanders forward, gets it away. Roll back to Ampadu in the centre circle. Back to Pascal Strack. Everybody back for Burnley within 40 yards of their own goal at the moment. And trail by goal to nil here, the Clarets. They have to say Leeds full value for that lead. As now they look to try and work Burnley around. Okafor has it. And now Strack will go back to halfway. Leeds being patient. They're trying to wait for Burnley to come out. And look, Burnley are doing okay, but as you said, they're 1-0 down now. They can't play like this for the rest of the match.
No, they really can't. And I feel sorry for Fleming at top on his own because he's just getting isolated. And you don't think, look, Jaden Andy's trying to put a little bit more pressure on the ball. If they don't lift the tempo and get further forward, this is going to be a long, long night for Burnley.
It is. And it's interesting. The one time they did really press high on the field, they almost forced an error from Leeds, but they've not learned from that. They're going in 1s and 2s rather than as a team at the moment, and allowing Leeds to play forward. Here's Okafor on the Leeds left in front of the West End here. Gets the ball away to Tanaka, who buys a foul. Fleming just a little bit late with his challenge. Nothing bad in that. It's just a free kick. Move on, and Leeds do move on quickly. They lead by a goal to nil. 20 minutes on here. Host of VFL games to come tomorrow, and of course we'll have Spurs in action live and exclusive on Sunday night at Villa Park. Ball played for by Burnley, but as you mentioned there, Aaron Levin, Ziad Fleming is one on his own, isn't he? White shirts everywhere he looks. He's got no chance at the minute.
Really difficult for Ziad Fleming at the minute. He's isolated. Like I said, they've got 9 bodies behind the ball, and they're hitting long passes up to him. But like I said, Leeds can deal with that all day. Leeds have got the players to deal with that. So for the centre-halves at the minute, they must be looking at it saying, thank God for this.
Yeah. You just wonder if Leeds were to get a second goal, this could get out of hand pretty quickly, because at the moment there's only 1 team in it.
No, it really is. Leeds are super for now, so they've just got to, I think they've still got to up the tempo a little bit. Like, I don't want to give them anything for Burnley. He's not even giving them a sniff.
Long ball forward, and there's Stack trying to win it into the box. Does when he gets it away. Bogle cleared away from Bogle. Ball on the floor. Stack hits it, deflected wide. Well, Stack way on the edge of the box. He wouldn't quite sit down for Bogle. His effort was blocked. It fell to Stack, and his follow-up was blocked as well. But Burnley hanging on here, still 1-0.
Burnley really hanging on. He just want to put down. Harper actually gets a really good foot in there, just to take it away from Bogle, but Anton Stack on the front foot again, winning all the second balls for Leeds United. And look, it's a matter of time before the second goal goes in.
Well, there's a corner about to be delivered here. 22 on the clock, live on talkSPORT tonight. Leeds 1, Burnley nil. Leeds whip the ball into the 6-yard box, headed away. Might fall for Okafor. No, it's volleyed clear of him. In the centre circle, Bogle's going to retreat all the way back to Darlow. Chased down by Jonah on this near side. It's played forward. Leeds will win the header, and it's cleared away by Humphries, but Leeds will get it back on halfway. They lead by a goal to nil here, and they're playing full of confidence. There's been no hangover from last week's cup disappointment at Wembley. Tanaka will feed it to Stroud. He's got Justin outside him. Just coming forward now, midway inside the Burnley half. Lays it back to Tanaka. Gets it away now, and here now is Joe Roda. He gets it up wide. Here now is Bogle. Toys and Oxido backwards as Leeds return possession. And once again, Burnley just drop back into shape here, and they're just waiting to see what Leeds do with it. Leeds in the centre circle. Bale's just coming forward slowly, just trying to move somebody out of shape. Tanaka then whips a pass, first time to Justin. Justin drives across and it's too near to the keeper as it happens. A yard the other way, and that could be an interesting for Calvert-Lewin, but every time Leeds put a bit of zip on the pass, they look likely they're going to do something.
And that's what they're going to have to do today. I just looked at Burnley's backline then. They was in a back, and they had a back 6 at one point then. So Leeds have just got to move the ball quickly, because if they move it quickly, as we've just seen there, like you said, they're going to have opportunities to get the ball in the box, and like you said, with Calvert-Lewin in there, Okafor is now playing a little bit more central. They're going to get chances.
Yeah, they are indeed. Burnley on the back foot. Anton Stack's goal has Leeds in control. He's only 1-0. We should stress that, Burnley. However, they don't look like scoring. Was only 1-0. And they will get a chance. Leeds will like that comfort blanket of a second. They go to Spurs a week on Monday. It's live and exclusive on talkSPORT. We've got Spurs against Villa on Sunday evening, 7 o'clock for that one. And the ball played forward. He's looking for Okafor, but it'll roll all the way through. And Ekdal will knock it back to Dubravka. Calvert-Lewin chases him down, and they're going to try and play out inside their own penalty area. Walker, ball headed back, and Okafor would have been offside if he'd gone to get it. Goes behind for a goal kick. And we're almost 25 minutes in here. Daniel Farke just applauds his team. I think he'll be really happy with the opening passage of play here.
They'll be really pleased. Look, Leeds have been great these first 25 minutes. They've started really brightly on the front foot. You can see again set up to press Burnley. And Burnley are playing into the trap. Burnley are trying to play passes around this back line, and it's Leeds are waiting to pounce. It's been a really positive start for Leeds and Daniel Farke's men.
Yeah, but Mike Jackson looks on. And interim charge for the next 4. We'll see games with Villa at Turf Moor, Arsenal away, Wolves on the final day of the season, also at Turf Moor. Good header forward from Justin, and Burnley retreat back in their own half. They'll go back to Dubravka again, and again Stack is helping Calvert-Lewin with the press. They'll try and play out over on the far side. And the ball reaches towards halfway, and Leeds with the challenge again. And that's the thing, when they're pressing, they're all going up together, and there's no way out for Burnley.
No, there's not at the minute. Anton Stack is setting that press, and Burnley are playing into it. I really can't see what Burnley's game plan is at the minute, because, like I said, Leon Fleming is left there alone. I really don't see how they get out of this press at the minute.
Yeah, currently Leeds 1, Burnley 0. And for the ladies' odds, head to Ladbrokes, where right now you can get Leeds at 9-1 on. The draw 7-1, Burnley 20-1. That's all thanks to Ladbrokes, 18+ gambleaware.org. Purdue outmuscled momentarily, but then still wins it back on the ground. Oh, beautiful play. Here now is Bogle. He's got Calvert-Lewin inside him. Bogle going down the right side of the penalty area. Has to turn, stop. He's pulled back momentarily, gets the ball away, and forward now go Leeds again. Wandering through tackles is Stack. Lays it off, shot comes in, they're appealing for handball. Ball brought away, and that will be a foul. Jonah was brought down just on the edge of his area. There was a momentary... Oh, hang on a second. Was it Justin that's gone in the book there? He has.
Pascal Stroud.
Oh, was it Stroud gone in the book?
Pascal Stroud. It was a... Yeah, you see it there. It's a special foul, but the referee thought about it for a long while before giving that yellow card. But again, Leeds again on the front foot. Pascal Stroud stepping into Burnley's backline here.
Stroud in the book on 27 minutes. Probably the first thing that Leeds have done wrong tonight. Free kick for Burnley then. In front of the Cop end, it's short sleeve weather. There are plenty of replica shirts in that Cop end away to our left here. 1-0, Anton Stacks. Strike from long range, beat Dubravka and give Leeds the lead, and that is a goal that is bad news for Spurs, it's bad news for West Ham. And of course Nottingham Forest who are below Leeds as well. It's the ball bouncing, Justin hooks it over his shoulder towards the edge of the area. Okafor wins a good header. Calvert-Lewin at the moment just can't seem to get into it. He's getting bits and bats, but he's not getting good ball at the minute.
He's not. Leeds have got to raise the quality because they've got into good wide area. He's got to raise that little bit of quality because Dom will be there. He'll be in the box.
Well, it's for Burnley. Jonah down the right hand side. Well, his touch was heavy just as we were looking across it. Tanaka was there and then gets it back on the near side. Strong challenge comes in there. And that was risky there from Hartman.
A very risky challenge there. I'm not sure what he's thinking there. His lunge was both sweet there and for no need whatsoever. And look, we've seen referees give yellows, even reds for them. It was a record challenge.
It was said there was no Leeds player really in the picture, but we just saw then the problem for Stroud. He wanted to go in and make a tackle in that little break, and he couldn't because he was on the book. If I get this wrong, I'll be getting sent off.
Yeah.
Still 1-0. Dubravka has it. Away to our left here, we're in the West Stand. Live at Ellen Road. He wasn't dropped with us tonight here. We'll be hot-footing it down the road to the EFL to Ipswich. Get the win. We'll find out talkSPORT tomorrow. A win for Ipswich and the back in the Premier League. A chasing pack, all battling it out.
a little spell of possession. Leeds have just sat up here. I'd like them to see them lift the tempo again and put Burnley under pressure.
Yeah, and this is why we keep saying, look, it's 1-0 Leeds are dominant, but it is only 1-0. It's one slip or one pass goes awry, and it could all change. But at the other end, Calvert-Lewin was looking to pounce on the loose ball, but the ball played forward, and here goes Walker, but he's gone without it. But it's tidied up at the back. Nice ball. Walker advancing forward over halfway, but his foot lets him down, and then he puts a strong challenge in, and Fleming puts a strong challenge in. And I'm surprised the referee's not having a word with Kyle Walker here. That didn't look a great tackle.
It's a late one from Kyle Walker, and if he goes past those shots for the tackle he made, then he has to put Kyle Walker here. Fleming also, he's on a fine line because he's made 3 or 4 of them challenges. He's left another one on Tanaka there as well.
Yeah, maybe didn't quite make as much contact as it looked on first glance, but it wasn't a great challenge from the experienced Walker.
He just loses his foot in, the ball gets away from him. Yeah, there's not much contact there.
Yeah, well, we will see how that particular little battle goes on. As Darlow has it on the edge of his own penalty area. He knocks it long and downfield. All cleared away by Jonah, and the ball over on the far side. Burnley have it back. They are starting to have more of the ball now, but they've got to be a little bit braver with it when in possession.
They've had a little spell here. They've been a little bit braver. They step forward now.
Yeah, they are stepping forward now. That was some run from Maxime Lestère. And not only was it a great challenge from Joe Rodon to take the ball away from danger, it also came off the Burnley man. And that'll be Leeds ball as well. 2 centre-halves going at it there.
2 big centre-halves going at him. Joe Rodon is really clever. Just waits for him to take a big touch out of his feet, comes across, clever play, goes down, wins the foul. Just settles this down a little bit because, like I said, Burnley have just had a little bit of a spell of possession now. We'll lift them a little bit.
1-0, so half an hour gone. Leeds lead, courtesy of that stack strike. Jump above Newcastle as it stands in the table. Just to set the tone for follows of XG. Burnley's XG is 0. It's as simple as that. I don't have a look at the goal, let alone a shot at it. Here's Stack wins a header. Roland tidies up and has to retreat back to halfway. Leeds will retain possession again. 65% possession for Leeds United. And that early goal just calmed any nerves here at Ellen Road. Yeah, Leeds happy to be patient. Of course they want a second goal, but they're not going to go crazy chasing it, but they're going to play a ball over the top, looking for it before just misdirecting it right for a throw into Burnley.
No, look, it's happy here because Burnley are sitting off again. They're slowing the game down, but Leeds are 1-0. But Burnley may be thinking, well, we'll stay in the game and we'll have a push, we'll probably make changes. But for me, Leeds have got to put the foot on the gas. This game's there for the taking. They've got to smell blood here, Leeds. They go for the win. Go to finish this game before half-time.
Yeah. Well, they got to the magic 40 points with that point at Bournemouth. But get 3 more here, they're surely done. It won't be mathematically safe, but it'd be very, very unlikely that they're going to be at risk of relegation. Ball to Calvert-Lewin, tried to volley the pass to Stack. Played out over on the far side, and here now Burnley playing their way nicely out of trouble at the back, and now they're looking to break. Strong challenge goes in from Rodon. Burnley play, crumples in a heap. Walker goes on down the right for Burnley while playing on. Burnley man still down here. Hartman will bring it forward. He'll feed it wide on the left. Burnley fancying a goal here. And lay it back towards Prowse. He moves it out wide on the Burnley left. What can they engineer from this position? They can't anything at the moment by way of attacking threat. And they're back to a full complement of 11 now, as the ball is wide on the Burnley left-hand side. Level with the edge of the penalty area. Now it's Leeds turn the track back. And looking to try and work an opening. Ward-Prowse looking for the crossfield switch. Will fire it wide to Kyle Walker. Brings it down first time. He feeds it off now. And a chance now for Ekdal. Drives forward 25 yards out. Lays it back to Ward-Prowse. He puts in a curling cross. And off the line comes Darlow to collect it. That little spell of Burnley pressure comes to nothing.
It comes to nothing, but it's Burnley's best spell of the game so far. 34 minutes into the game, and they've moved the ball quickly, they've lifted the tempo, and they're trying to get the ball in the box. Jurgen Anthony there gets one-on-one out wide. He's got to take his man on. He's got to take him on. He's 1v1. Take him man on and try and put him in the box and lift this crowd for Burnley. But that was the best goal for Burnley so far.
Yeah, Bashir Humphries has gone into the book on 35 minutes for a strong tackle on Stack over on the far side. That levels it up in the bookings column. 1-0 Leeds lead. Stack's early goal inside the opening 8 minutes means that Leeds are in front, taking an almighty step towards Premier League survival. The drama at the bottom of the Premier League. The title race well and truly on. It's the battle at the bottom that is drawing plenty of attention as well. Okafor brings it down just inside his own half. Lays it back there to Bigol, who just for a second felt a little bit under pressure, so he stepped forward and passes the ball to Justin. He slides it forward looking for Stack, who's all over the field at the moment. He thought he got a throw in. He's not going to be happy when he turns round, as Walker's already thrown the ball back onto the field. Stack is protesting, wants to slip again there, and in the end, Ward-Prowse did well. He saw the tackle coming and almost waited for it before falling to the ground. Still 1-0.
He buys the foul well there, Ward-Prowse. But Leeds have just lifted it a little bit again, putting a few challenges in. They've got to raise the tempo. This game's gone a little bit flat for both sides. Burnley having a little bit better spell now.
Yeah, well, they've given it away. Ball played forward. Ampadu with a neat touch into the path of Bogle, who set off past Humphries, and Humphries held his ground well. And now Burnley will come forward midway inside their own half. Ball played out wide from off the shin of Okafor. Justin thought he could have got a piece of it. Stroud couldn't get a piece of it, but will win a throw in. Oh, yes, he will eventually.
I think the fans persuaded that one.
Oh, here we go. He should be booked for that because James Justin's going to take the throw in, and Lou Shona has just chucked the ball on the field. So there are 2 balls on the field. He's got himself a yellow card.
Such a naive yellow card for Burnley there. So bad. Put yourself in a difficult position for the rest of this game now.
Yeah, that was not really worth the effort, was it? The throw was going back towards the Leeds goal. Just a time-wasting effort.
I don't think he was happy. I think he felt the linesman was persuaded by the Leeds fans giving the throw into Leeds United in the first place.
What did he do? He didn't even throw in as a throw-in. He just bowled it in, didn't he, underarm, just chucked it off the field. So ball back to Darlow, who's been pretty much a bystander in the opening 37 minutes. You are listening to Leeds against Burnley on talkSPORT with Enterprise Racing. Whatever it is, they're here for it. As Darlow plays it forward, Justin will hook it towards Calvert-Lewin. Actually did well there, he won it off a Burnley defender. Here now is Okafor, and Okafor down the left. Walking, gets back. Okafor, couple of step overs over his right foot to the shot, playing in, avoided Calvert-Lewin, and a chance comes in. And as Burnley went to clear it, James Justin blocked it, he went straight to the back, it could have gone anywhere. He went straight to the Burnley keeper, it's still 1-0.
Oh, still 1-0, I'm not sure how that stayed out. A great play by Okafor, comes inside, puts a lovely TD crossing, and it bundles around the box, and James Justin on the front foot blocks the clearance and nearly ends up in the goal, but lands in the box with top hand.
Yeah, straight to the keeper, thankfully. Dubravka will be somewhat embarrassed by the Stack shot that beat him earlier on. Tanaka as well, tidies up on halfway, Leeds win it back. Can they get a second before the break? Leeds fans are roaring them forward here.
And this is better from Leeds, as you can hear the crowd want more. They know this game's there for the taking. Leeds have just got to lift the tempo, move that ball a little bit quicker, get the balls in the box. Every time they put a ball in the box, it's looked dangerous.
Yeah, Burnley in fairness have stopped that early flow of Leeds pressure. But it's just starting to build up again before the break here. 6.5 remaining on talkSPORT. We're live and exclusive in the Premier League, Friday night football, and a big one as well as Leeds are looking to get the points that will edge them towards safety. Ball back now to Carl Darlow. 2 former Newcastle goalkeepers on display. Darlow on one end, Dubravka at the other. Calvert-Lewin wins a nice flick on. Bogle trying to get on the end of it. And now he might get on the end of it, because especially Humphries has made a mess of that. And he does get a ball here to Stack, pulls it back, and it's behind for a corner to Leeds. Bogle doing so well. He's running a gamble, isn't he? When Calvert-Lewin goes for that, and Bogle's running in behind him.
Fantastic play from Bogle. He's done it all season. All season, makes fantastic runs in behind. And wins leads the corner here. But that's what we've got to see more of. More balls in behind, front players running forward, playing forward, because this game is there for him.
Yeah, Calvert-Lewin's had a couple of nice touches. When they give him something he can work with, he's doing something with it.
He's one of the best in the air, Calvert-Lewin. It's a brilliant flick on.
Here's a corner, comes in, and a chance there for Stroud. It evaded him. They're appealing for handball here, Leeds. There's a lot of gesticulating going on. Cross comes in beautifully, brought down by Anthony, who turns his shot blocked. And now Burnley will look to counter. Well, Rodon is furious there. He feels that well, he might be getting a booking here, Joe Rodon. He is getting a booking. He's furious. He thought that the Burnley player dived, and Rodon becomes the fourth player out of the book. Now, not really seen a serious challenge in the game here. We've had 4 bookings.
It's not a serious challenge, but he knows what he's doing there, Rodon. Looking at it again, and it does go down easily, but Joe Rodon, it's a professional foul. It's just stopping the counter-attack.
We're having a look at a possible penalty. Now, it would have been Ekdal, and he had his arms within the confines of his body. I don't think there was a lot in that.
No, not for me.
They did appeal Leeds. It's more in vain. As soon as the ball was back in play, they go on with it. It's 1-0 to Leeds. Burnley, who started poorly, have grown into the game, but they're getting a small foothold in the game here. It's a free kick that the Bravka's going to take. Ball not long towards Walker, wins the flick on. Now, Stroud concedes a throw in. I'll tell you what, 1-0 now. It feels quite confident now, but as this game goes on at 1-0, it's going to get edgy here, isn't it?
It is going to get edgy, and Kyle Walker has a really long throw, and as you can see, Burnley have got the big boys up from the back, and they're going to launch it into Leeds' penalty box.
Yeah, well, they're thinking about it. Walker saw a run to the near post from Jaden Anthony. Now he's going to launch it in. And Farker looks on. Here comes the long throw. It's a good one as well. Towards the 6-yard box. It drops down and it's hammered away by Rodon. And now backtracking is Hartman inside his own area. Wanted to head it. Well, he should have headed it back to his goalkeeper. He didn't. Headed it back in his own half. Tanaka chased him down. And Burnley eventually will get it back to the Bravka. But now Stack leads the challenge. Looking to win it straight back here, Leeds. Burnley continuing to pass out inside their own half. And Dubravka now, they're under pressure, Burnley. But fair play, they got it away. And here now is Walker. That was the best we've seen from Burnley. And then after all that, Lauren rolls it back to his goalkeeper and they'll start again.
It's great play to break the press, but you have to turn there. You break the press, you have to turn and then play forward, because it's lovely once it's play around the back, around the box. And then as soon as it comes to the midfield, you've got to get turned. But that is the confidence of this Burnley side. They go back and go back. And that's why they've had no shots inside of this half so far.
No, they haven't. 3 minutes to go to the break. Forward now come Maxim Steb and Burnley. Wide on their left-hand side. Anthony has it. Can he get across it? Puts it under his right foot. Right foot puts the cross in and it pretty much goes up behind the goal on the full. And the quality has been lacking. Well, there's only been one shot on target in the whole match, and that was the goal that went in. So for all Leeds' possession, they've had lots of it, still at 65%. Not necessarily done enough with it just yet, although they do have that 1-0 lead.
Yeah, it's just lacking in the final third for both teams. Like I said, Burnley have been really, really poor when it comes to that final ball. But same for Leeds. Leeds have got to be better because they're getting in better positions. They've just got to be a little bit better on that end product. Because like I said, this game is now getting, he's fizzling out a little bit here.
1-0. Spurs and West Ham fans will be listening in, hoping that Burnley can do them an almighty favour and get at least 1 goal back here. Leeds have got to play both Spurs and West Ham away from home on their running. But as it stands, there'll be 9 clear of the drop zone and heaping all the pressure on West Ham. Spurs and Nottingham Forest all in action over the weekend. Burnley have it at the back. Ward Prowse just rolls it back to a step. All that on the far side, and Burnley looking to play forward. Bogle with a good challenge, wins the ball back. Midway inside the Burnley half, he finds Stack. driving forward. If anyone's going to make something happen, it might well be him. Tanaka was caught off guard, then was bundled over. Fleming didn't need a second invitation there. He plays it forward now for Chauna. He's got it now on the right-hand side, into the edge of the area, looking to stand up the cross towards the far post. Oh, the header from Anthony hit Fleming. They got in each other's way. Would have been interesting there, Aaron Lennon, because it did look like Tanaka had been fouled at the end, but they played on.
Yeah, it looked like a foul, and I tell you what, if Burnley were to score, then this place would have erupted, because Leeds fans would have been going mental, because to me it was a foul. But it was a great opportunity for Burnley, and Fleming, Jaden Andy heads the ball onto Fleming, and that pretty much sums up Burnley in that final third at the screen.
Yeah, going to have 1 minute of added on time here at the end of the first 45. You're live on talkSPORT. So far, so good for Leeds. Crowd getting a little bit irate, a couple of decisions. And that's going to be a goal kick for Darla after Burnley blazed a shot way over the top from long range. But Fleming and Anthony getting in each other's way there. Leeds lead by a goal to 0. Big night in the Premier League in the relegation battle. Could be huge for Leeds. Calvert-Lewin wins the header. Okafor, beautiful flick from Okafor. Ball breaks down to Justin. Leeds on the attack, end of the half. Plenty of white shirts forward. Justin's going to have a shot low to Bradford. Almost spilt it. And Calvert-Lewin was all over him, but Bradford grabbed it in the second attempt.
Yeah, it's a great flick by Okafor. A lovely little choice flick by Okafor. That's a bit of magic we want from him. Like you said, we need to get him on the ball more. Leeds have to get him on the ball, get him in this game, because every time he gets it, he makes things happen. James Justin with a great strike there, just straight down the pass up to Bradford.
Yeah, a bit tempted for Okafor, 35 yards out, driving forward. He's got a shooting catch, tries to bundle his way through. It'll fall here, and the shot hammered over. Stack good control on his left foot, and a balloon high and wide of the target. But Leeds ending with a little bit of a flurry at the end of the first half, and as the whistle goes in the background, a few boos, those are for the official, not for the Leeds performance. Leeds off to a flying start. Anton Stack drilling one in from almost 30 yards out that caught Dubravka unaware. It went in right against the post. Dubravka couldn't keep it out, and Leeds had the early lead. They dominated pretty much throughout. Burnley with very little going the other way, but just at the end of the first half, Burnley on the break. Nice cross from the right-hand side, but Fleming and Anthony got in each other's way. And then at the other end, a couple of late chances for James Justin and for Anton Stack. But Leeds, deservedly, based on the opening 45 minutes, are in front, and crucially, they're on the way to 3 points to drag them away from the bottom 3. At the break, it's Leeds United 1, Burnley 0.
You're absolutely right with your assessment there, Mark. For over half an hour, it was simply all Leeds, but Burnley have shown signs of life in the past 10 or so minutes. But at the break, the home side have grasp of 3 points that could move them right to the edge of Premier League safety. If things stay the same, Leeds will be 9 points clear of Spurs in the relegation zone, with Spurs having 12 points left to play for, and Leeds will be moving and above Newcastle United. Well, when you look at the first half stats, 62% possession for Leeds, who had 9 shots, 2 of those on target, 2 shots from Burnley, none of those on target, and it has been virtual domination for parts of that opening exchange. And it was brilliant energy, intensity, focus from Leeds United, with obviously so much for them to aim for tonight. They came right out the traps and got the goal after just 8 minutes.
Yeah, no, they did. It was a fantastic start. No, I'm sure there was all the talk in the dressing room. Let's make this a fast start. Let's get on top of Burnley. Let's get this crowd going. And Anton Stack, for me, has been the player of the half. He's been on the front foot. He looks energetic. He's winning second balls. He's winning flick-ons. He's had a couple of opportunities other than his goal. But for me, Leeds, I think they're going into the dressing room a little bit disappointed, because I feel as if the game was there to be killed off in that first half. I really do think Burnley, when they got that first goal, I think Burnley was there for the taking, and I think Leeds just took the foot off the gas and went a little bit into safe mode. So Leeds have got to come out again and raise the tempo, because it is only 1-0.
It just felt like the tempo was so high, the quality was so high. Leeds couldn't keep it going forever, otherwise they'd probably be in the top 6 at the Premier League, because that's how dominant that first period of the game was. The goal itself just talked me through it, because Biot was the last man, the ball got cleared out to him, and instead of going back to the keeper like loads of people was to recycle and get a long ball back into the penalty area. He fired the ball into Anton Stack. Great first touch to get it out of his feet, and he caught Martin Dubravka's hole.
No, look, it's a fantastic goal. As you said, he's fired into it. And this is what we talk about. When a team is going to come here and not press, you have to move the ball quickly. And every time Leeds have done that, they've broken Burnley's stale press. And like I said, it's a fantastic pass into Anton Stack. He takes it on the back foot and he hits it so early. And this is what catches the keeper off guard. The keeper doesn't see it until it's already past him. And we talk about it with our young strikers now. Is can you get the shot off early? Don't let the keeper get set. Don't let the keeper see it. Get your shot off. And he does it from 25 yards. The goalkeeper was really disappointed here because of the distance. He doesn't catch it clean. But like you said, it's because he takes it so early. And that's why it ends up in the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah, few bounces on its way through to goal. Did kick the inside of the post just though. The direction was absolutely perfect. Didn't get the exact power and precision in terms of the shot, but they all count, don't they? Straight in the back of the net. Ayo Tanaka, I thought, was brilliant in that first half, stringing all those passes together, jogging around like Elo in his pod. I was very impressed by him, but that kind of domination in possession led to a real Burnley frustration. They started to lash out. The game has become a lot more broken, but actually that broken game has helped them.
It has helped him. Like I said, Tanaka's been brilliant. He's been brilliant all season. I love watching him play. He glides around his pitch. Perlo is a massive compliment. But Tanaka is a wonderful football player. I've watched him many times this season. I've watched him train. He's a beautiful football player.
You get on the pitch with Pirlo?
I played a friendly against Burnley. Actually, I played against Burnley twice, actually, I'm lying. I played against him in Champions League, and we played against him in a friendly a couple of seasons ago, and he has not lost it, by the way. He controlled that game like it was 20 years ago, literally did whatever he wanted, hitting passes from everywhere. But let's get back to Tanaka.
Let's get back to the pale imitation Ayo Tanaka. Yeah, we get the point.
Tanaka has controlled this game. Whenever he gets on the ball, he's lovely, graceful passes, his waiter pass, into the front line. Like I said, I just want him to get off the ball and the ball a little bit more, because he's so dangerous. If we can get him up and running, look, it's a great battle against Kyle Walker. They're two big, powerful boys. But every time he has got on the ball, he's putting some wonderful crosses in the box.
Burnley will feel a little bit more encouraged now going into that half than they would have otherwise without those kind of final exchanges at the end of the first half. They've thrown into it just a little bit.
They definitely have. They've had little spell of possession towards the end of that half. They've had a couple of breakaways, what will give them a little bit of confidence. And I think that is also down to Leeds dropping off the gas a little bit. Like you said, they came out so fast, they couldn't maintain that momentum. And Burnley have had a little bit of slow. It's not led to anything. Look, the quality feels really poor by Burnley in that final third. You'd expect so much more. I've watched Burnley a little bit this season, and they've been really poor in that final third. Dion Fleming is isolated. They're relying on Anthony out wide to try and make something happen. I'll be surprised if it does not change it for Burnley. I'll be really surprised not to see maybe Marcus Edwards come on, or Hannibal to come on and lift the tempo for them.
Well, okay, the next goal is absolutely massive in this game. Leeds United will want to come out the traps at the start of the second half. We're back very shortly here at Ellen Road to bring you all of the action. Let's get the half-time odds though next with Ladbrokes.
On Sunday on talkSPORT with Ladbrokes. Get a free bet every week in the season and a big boost every day. That's Satisfaction. Minimum £5 bet. Conditions apply. 18 plus gamblerware.org.
So it's currently Leeds United 1, Burnley 0 for the latest odds. Head to Ladbrokes, where right now you can get Leeds at 1-9 on to win the game. The draw's 13-2. Burnley 28-1 to go behind. Next goal scorer market: Dominic Calvert-Lewin 19-5. Anton Stack to double his tally on the evening is 9-1. And for Zian Fleming to score at the other end for Burnley is 8-1. And a special as well for Leeds to win 2-0 or 3-0. That was 6-4. It's now 13-8. Those are the latest odds with Ladbrokes. 18 plus gamblerware.org.
On Sunday on talkSPORT with Ladbrokes. Get a free bet every week in the season and a big boost every day. That's Satisfaction. Minimum £5 bet. Conditions apply. 18 plus gamblerware.org.
Elsewhere this evening in the Scottish Premiership, Livingston 1, Aberdeen 1. It's the final day of the Scottish Championship. The bottom of the table, very tight indeed. Ross County lead break 5-0. Airdrieonians went and in front against Morton. What that means for the bottom of the table is that Ross County, who had momentarily taken themselves off the bottom, have now gone back to the bottom, and Adrionians, who were there on the bottom, have now taken themselves out of the relegation picture altogether. The bottom two teams, as it stands, the bottom three teams locked on just 2 points, so I'll keep you right up to date with that as well. In the Super League, as we approach half-time, Leeds 20, Wakefield 6, St Helens 16, York 10 at the break as well. And the latest episode of How to Win the World Cup is now live. Host Matt Ford and Maisie Adam speaking to Kevin De Bruyne's former personal chef, Johnny Marsh, about what it takes to fuel a World Cup player. Here he reveals how a last-minute Christmas dinner with De Bruyne led to him becoming the personal chef to a number of Manchester City's leading players.
So who was your first high-profile client?
Kevin De Bruyne. It was. I kind of started. I was a head chef for a year, for a super year, and I came back and I said, you know what, I'm gonna take over the events world. I've never done an event in my life. And then I would send about 100 emails a night for about 6 months, and the only person to ring me back was a lady called Claire Marsden at Man City. So she was the player liaison officer, so like player care, and she literally rang me and said, I've got a player that needs his Christmas dinner. The very first time I ever met Kevin was the day I cooked for him Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve. I met his wife 3 weeks before, and I cooked for 18 people that night. 1st and 2nd of January, sort of took me to one side and said, do you want to do this full time for us? And I was like, might as well.
That's celebrity chef to Premier League stars Johnny Marsh on How to Win the World Cup. It's available wherever you get your podcast from and on the talkSPORT World Cup YouTube channel as well. So make sure you check it out. But tonight here at Ellen Road, Leeds lead Burnley by 1-0 at half-time. Will they get the victory they need to all but secure Premier League survival? The second half comes next.
Kick off live on talkSPORT with Sky Sports. Stream the biggest Premier League games flexibly with Now. Like Leeds United versus Burnley live today. Search Now Sports, 18 plus free via internet in terms of live.
Incredible scenes here at the Village Hotel's Pub and Grill. Fans are taking their place in the fans-only stadium-style seating. Amazing views on huge screens, and we're underway. Lovely bit of dribbling there as she tackles the bird stack. Now they're getting down the wings. Sticky barbecue. Unbelievable. Oh, and he's hit the bar. And it's there. His favourite ice cold beer. What a result. Catch every game live in the Pub and Grill at Village. Get in. Find out more at villagehotels.com.
It's another day at Screwfix, and Sabo Farah is still getting to grips with things.
So, Mo, with Sprint Delivery, we get the order to them in as little as 20 minutes. Mo?
Done. He was on the 18th floor.
Nice work. But, Ben, you know we use delivery riders, right?
Oh, now you tell me.
Sprint it in as little as 20 minutes. Screwfix. No stopping. Conditions and geographical restrictions apply.
In 10 metres, take a left at the pile of washing.
Sorry, what?
At the Valley of Toy Dinosaurs, approach the kitchen with no room to cook. Turn right at the floor drove. You've reached Chaos. Recalculating. Suggest immediate course correction to IKEA for fitted wardrobes, children's storage, and cupboard organisers.
Find your way back to calm. Discover smart storage at your local IKEA now. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
We all fantasize about our perfect home, watching the big game cozied up in the snow. Balmy summer nights with the kids playing on the lawn. But come on, this isn't real. Listen, if you're serious about making your fantasy a reality, find out what your home is worth instantly with a free online valuation estimate. Get real about moving. Get on the market. Most common time to obtain an online quote between 1st of April 2024 and 30th of June 2024 was under 3 minutes. Excludes Northern Ireland.
The sharp end. Ooh. Crunch time. Down to the wire.
Do or die. The season finale. Sneaky bomb tape. Whatever you call the business end of the season, make sure you don't miss a minute with the Sun's free pull-out goals. From the Premier League to League Two, you get all the experts' opinion, tactical analysis, and news you need. Get your free copy of Goals every Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, only in the Sun. Sorry.
At Betfair, we're built for football's dramatic running. From European knockout rounds to the league's biggest six-pointers, where promotion, relegation, and title issues can swing on a dodgy VAR call. Can you predict the twists to come? Get a free £10 bet when you bet £10 on Ackers or Bet Builders on football this week. Betfair. Play different.
Opt-in required. Free bet valid for 7 days. Minimum 3 legs at 1.5 odds or higher to qualify. T's and C's apply. 18 plus gamblerware.org.
McDonald's wraps. All flavour, no mess. No drips on your drip or grease on your shirt. No crumbs on your keyboard or sauce on your dashboard. Just all the flavour of sweet chili chicken, barbecue and bacon chicken and new tikka chicken. Wrapped up neat. Served after 11 a.m. Tikka chicken wrap available until the 30th July 26. Please apply to delivery orders subject to availability.
Kick off live on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk. The football animal is a live kick-off live on talkSPORT.
Gets here early for Leeds, ball into the box, headed away.
It's a great ball by Okafor into the box, and you fancy Calvert-Lewin to get on the end of that, but look, it's a great start by Leeds. They've started fast, the crowd are behind us.
Shot from distance, and it's gone in! What a strike! Anton Stagg from nearly 30 yards out has hit it first time. Dubravka couldn't get there. No good news for Spurs or West Ham. Leeds 1, Burnley 0.
Anton on the road so fast. Leeds United may well be taking a big step towards Premier League survival this evening, but Burnley have shown some fight at the end of that first half. Mike Jackson, in interim charge, just makes his way back to the dugout in front of us. The second half very much nearly on the way. All the Leeds United substitutes warming up away to the corner on the right of us, and to the left, all of the Burnley players out there, and I think there may well be changes but shortly, mainly because Aaron Lennon, former Leeds and Burnley man, is alongside us. You know, once you're relegated, what is it all about? Mike Jackson, I don't think he's going to be saying, like maybe a lot of interims would, I've got to impress during this period in charge. I think he knows it is going to be these 4 games. There's probably a feeling that once you've been relegated, there's some players in that changing room who want to get some more minutes and would probably expect to be brought on in the second half because they're not playing for anything. That's the truth.
No, that is the truth. And I'm just looking down here now to see if there's any changes, because I was surprised at how Burnley have set up today. I really thought they would go for it. I really thought they'd be on the front foot, but they've sat off. It's been so strange to see them do that. Like, so they have nothing to play for.
Is it a case of him reading the pattern of the game so far and saying, listen, we can keep it at 1-0, 70 minutes, I'll then try and roll the dice, see if we can leave here with a result?
I really think that their first thought would have been to let's settle the crowd down. You know what it's like coming here to Ellen Road under the lights. Let's settle the crowd down and play our way into this game. But then once you concede and go 1 goal down, you have to get after it. Go for it. At least go out fighting and have a go.
You expecting Leeds to go after it at the start of this second half?
I expect Leeds to come out fast again. I expect Leeds to come out fast. I don't think Daniel Parker will be happy on that second half starting to fizzle out a little bit. He'll be asking his lads to raise the tempo here, and I expect Leeds to start fast again.
Daniel Parker and Leeds halfway to a massive 3 points. Can they seal the deal? The second half live and exclusive on talkSPORT with Aaron Lennon, the former England winner, and talkSPORT's Mark Wilson.
Cheers, Hugh. No changes yet, but Hannibal Milsbury is ready to come on, but he's not coming on just yet. He's been deep in conversation with his manager, Mike Jackson, interim manager here at Burnley. As we get underway, Leeds defending the Coffin, they're attacking from left to right, but Burnley with an early chance to attack in their claret and blue strip. Now Okafor's giving it away there over on the far side, straight toward Prowse. He gets it away on the near side, and now a chance to come forward here for Humphrey. It's one of 4 players in the book in the first half. Here now is Hartman, wide on the left. I'll run you through the lineups in a moment. Ball goes all the way back to Burnley on the halfway line. They've got Dubravka in goal, Walker, Humphreys, Ekdal, Esteve and Hartman at the back. Chona, Ward-Prowse, Lauren and Anthony across the middle. Zian Fleming, who's leading the line. For Leeds, Darlow in goal, Strout, Beale and Rode on the back 3. Justin Tanaka, Ampadu and Bogle across the middle. Okafor and Stack up in support of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. You surprised you mentioned you thought there might be changes, Aaron. Do you think that Burnley certainly might have made at least 1 or 2?
I am surprised. I don't think very long we'll see Michael Jackson there talking to Hannibal and giving him instructions. So I don't think it'll be long. I think they're just going to try and settle these first 5 minutes, and then I think Burnley will try and go for it. I think there'll be changes. Hannibal will be coming on. I'll be surprised not to see the big man Brozier come on also.
Yeah, I'll run you through the substitutes for Burnley. Rice, Worrell, Ogachukwu, Edwards, Florentino, Pires, Amdouni Broja and Annabelle Meshbury on the bench. As Burnley looking to play forward, here is a chance now. Chuna down that right-hand side. Looks to put an early ball in. It's a decent ball. It'll come all the way through to Hartman. At the far post, he pulls it back. Oh, he's pulled it back. He's looking for Ward-Prowse, who hits what it takes, a deflection, and Darlow just palmed it down on his goal line into the ground and collects it. Ward-Prowse, not his cleanest strike, but it's certainly worth the effort, and it was an effort on target.
It was an effort on target, and that's much better from Burnley. They put a fantastic ball across the box with nobody in there. He falls to Ward-Prowse, he takes a deflected strike, but that'll give him a little bit of confidence to start in the second half. And they've started a little bit brighter.
Yeah, they have indeed. Maybe he's had words. That was a challenge from Anthony on Anthony. The referee's given a free kick related to Burnley. And it remains 1-0. 2 gone in the second half here. Reminder, a win for Leeds. 9 clear of bottom 3. But early signs of Burnley. I'm going to ask a few more questions than they did in that first half. Fleming held on the possession, did well in the end. Now, that was a pullback by Calvert-Lewin, and that's going to be a booking. Well, again, it's a bit of a nonsense, but it is a booking, isn't it? It's one of the referee can't help himself.
It's a silly one from Calvert-Lewin. It's such a daft one. It's a professional foul. He just pulls him back. He pulls him down, and you're going to get booked for that. And like you said, Leeds don't need to be doing this. It's very naive from Leeds at the minute.
Yeah, 5th booking of the game. Calvert-Lewin is muttering to himself, but made it pretty easy for the official, and the referee pulls out the yellow card. Calvert-Lewin trying to close down a stairless Burnley player along the back. Now they'll go long, looking to go over the top. Pascal Struijk is across, he'll watch the ball go out for a throw into Leeds, or attacking the Norman Hunter stand end of Ellen Road here. And they've got a throw in about 20 yards short of the halfway line. Leeds over on their left, they lead by that Stack goal to 0. All forward, reminder tomorrow, EFL action 12:32, live and exclusive coaches. A chance for Leeds, but Okafor just showed too much of it to the Burnley defender. Now Rodon involved in a bit of a foot race with Anthony, who does well not to commit a foul, and Rodon plays it back. And here's Jacobiel, who will go forward looking for Calvert-Lewin, who wins the header. Bogle this time wasn't quite ready, and he'll chase it now, but not get there in time. But again, Calvert-Lewin winning the header. They've got to get more around him.
They've got to get more around him. Don Calvert-Lewin is one of the best in the year. I think he's won every flick on today. And that's not great ball he's been played up to him. He makes it a good ball. They've just got to get close to him. When the ball gets forward, Okafor, Anton Stack, they've just got to get around him, because he will make first contact.
Hannibal's just going for a warm-up, and you can tell with his former Manchester United connections, he gets a few boos from the locals here. That win really for Leeds at Old Trafford really did kickstart their survival chances. They were just above the dotted line when they went to Old Trafford. They got a massive win there that really did reinvigorate them. Fleming on the ground, he thought he should have had a free kick. Referee's not having it. Now the ball with Okafor on the left. Wants to run Kyle Walker, who might not be the youngest, but he's still got plenty of pace. They can more than handle himself here. Ball back with Leeds. They'd love a second goal. And of course, as neutrals, if Leeds did get a second goal, then Burnley have to go all out for goals themselves. It would add a bit of life to the contest. Ipswich, QPR, Wrexham, Borough are live coaches tomorrow in the Championship. talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2 exclusively. If you've got the app, you can swipe left and right between the two. Rodon, nice pass, finds Stack. Stack driving to the byline, tried to pull it back, they're on a corner for Leeds. That was penetrating.
Great play by Rodon and Bogle. A lovely 1-2 down the side. Slipped an Anton Stack. Goes past it, drives into the box, and it's deflected out for a corner. But that's much better. Leeds have got to lift the tempo. They've got to move the ball quickly, because every time they do it, they look like a threat.
Yeah, corner for Stack, then's going to deliver it. Everybody back for Burnley. Hannibal about to come on. Stack whips the ball in, headed at the far post. It's found Okafor into the area, went for the shot, blocked at source. Tanaka did well with a volley pass. Struijk trying to get on the end of it. Hartman headed it away, headed towards goal, hacked away again. He'll fall into the box. Here's Stack, wide angle, puts a curling shot, come crossing. It's headed away, headed back towards goal. Burnley anywhere will do for for them at the minute, and they're going to eventually clear it with Walker, who picks it up in that right back position. But Leeds will lay siege on the Burnley goal, but Burnley survive, and now they're countering, trailing by a goal to nil, and move the ball wide. Here's Quincy Hartman on this left-hand side. Ward-Prowse gets it away. Leeds have got back in shape here. We are about to see Hannibal come on for Burnley. Ball given away though there by Humphreys and Calvert-Lewin. Racing forward, he's got no support with him. Support arriving with Bogle, and back heel Bogle's in the box. Crosses into the far post. Leeds score! Okafor with a goal! What a wonderful goal! Calvert-Lewin, the back heel to Bogle. The ball across, and Okafor lashes it in. The inform back scores for Leeds, who are surely now staying in the Premier League. Leeds 2, Burnley 0.
What a goal this is. What a goal. What Calvert-Lewin, this is sensational forward play. He drives with the ball down the box. He drives down the right-hand side. He looks like he's trapped, and it's a wonderful back heel. We're just watching it again. It's a wonderful back heel into Bogle. He clips it into the back post, and there's Okafor. Okafor on fine form, and he side foots it into the far corner. But again, wonderful play by Don Calvert-Lewin. Kicks out Bogle, who stands up a lovely cross for Okafor, and it's a fantastic goal, this is.
It's like a training game, so effortless, isn't it? The back heel from Calvert-Lewin. Bogle, as we said, gambled knowing it was in, and he floats across, and it's a great finish from Okafor. He's followed it down and in, and given the keeper no chance. What a beautiful goal.
It's a sensational goal. Great timing for Leeds. So Burnley started a little bit brighter in this half, but it's wonderful play. And we talk about Calvert-Lewin and his goals he scored this season. But that's a number 9 in great form also. His all-round game is wonderful. His awareness to back into Bogle's pack, and it's a wonderful pick up by Bogle. And like I said, Okafor, a man in form with a lovely finish.
The boozer for Hannibal, he's on, the former Manchester United player. They've got long memories in this part of the world, haven't they? 2-0, what a goal. And of course the booze for Hannibal, because he did pick up a ban, as you rightly points out to me, 4-match ban, didn't he, for spitting at Leeds fans. At Turf Moor, ball into the box, headed away, cleared away by Rodon. Leeds leading by 2-0. But what a start to the second half. Goals at the start of the first and second half. And it's 2-0. And Leeds now, do they go for the jugular and do it in style, or will they just see it out? Burnley have got to go for it now.
Burnley have got to do something different, but as you can see, Leeds look at Bogle pressing from right wing back all the way up to Burnley's backline. And this is what Leeds have got to do. Because the fans will get right behind it, and there you go. Leeds United win a throw and listen to this crowd.
Okafor celebrating that almost as much as his goal. The fact that he forced the press, he forced the error. 9 gone second half. 2-0 here. Spurs fans are just about to walk the dog now. It's going to be a rough old couple of days, isn't it, to hear them in action at Villa Park on Sunday Night Live and exclusive on talkSPORT. It just gets worse at the moment for Spurs. Not much better for West Ham either. They'll be in action over the weekend at Brentford. You can follow that with all the goals as they go in. Across the weekend, long throw for Leeds, launched in, almost flicked on it, might fall into the area here, it'll fall to Tanaka, on his right foot, hits it, see Lee, and turned in! Leeds have got a third goal! Tanaka's shot, it's Calvert-Lewin who reels away in celebration, he got the final touch, Tanaka's shot well saved by Nebraska, but this one's over now, Leeds are going to be safe in the Premier League. They're 9 clear of the drop zone, and they're 3 goals clear of Burnley. Dubravka's down injured, hurt his knee here in this melee. He did well to save the Tanaka shot, but he was powerless to prevent the rebound going in. It was a chance Okafor squared it to Tanaka. He hit it right foot across goal, and I think it's his own man. I think Burnley defender has stood up Dubravka as he's trying to clear the ball away. Dubravka saved it. Calvert-Lewin first to react, he got the touch on it, and then they all fell on Dubravka, who's down, but no doubting about it, he was heavily involved in the build-up for goal 2, but it's Calvert-Lewin who has a 12th Premier League goal of the season.
go off in front of Calvert-Lewin. It's a fantastic striker's goal. Tanaka hits a good strike. The keeper pans it out, but who's first to react? Dominic Calvert-Lewin with a lovely little poke into the goal. And he deserves that. His all-round play has been fantastic. He's not scored for a while. We talked about it earlier before the game. If he could go on a little run, and I'm sure he'll be looking at this game now going, there's goals for me in this game, because Burnley are freely down here. The players are looking at each other. They don't really want to be here anymore. I hope, like I said, Leeds can go for this game now. Leeds are safe. Leeds United are safe.
They are. Well, the Leeds fans are saying that Nebraska is having up. I think that's a little bit unfair. He did make a great save to keep Tanaka strong. He was definitely trodden on as he tried to get to the rebound, but Calvert-Lewin was in there hunting. And 2 goals in quick succession for Leeds. Meaning it's 3 goals and 3 points for Daniel Farker. We just see pictures of the board members, the chairman looking on. And as you said right at the start of the show, it's Leeds 2 minutes wrapped up now, and they say that already they can look at players that are thinking about coming to Leeds. No, Leeds are going to be a Premier League team in the next season.
No, 100%. It's so important for the football club. Look, this is a huge, massive football club. Listen to this crowd, listen to the fans. But if you can guarantee safety as they have done now, you can start planning for next season. If you can get the players in early, Leeds did that this season, which was a massive advantage for Leeds. If you can get new players in, new recruitment in early to come in and have a good pre-season and hit the ground running like they have done this season, it sets you up for a much better chance to stay in the league again next season.
It is party time here. Nebraska is still getting treatment. Leeds all came across and had a bit of a team meeting with Daniel Farker inside. He never gives a lot away publicly, but he must be bubbling inside. His side have done everything he's asked of them tonight, and they scored 3 goals. You are listening to Leeds against Burnley on talkSPORT with Sky Sports. Don't forget that with now, you can stream all the Sky Sports action flexibly like Leeds versus Burnley live right now. So it's Now Sports. You get the feeling now there might be a few more goals in this.
No, 100%. You're all in the forward lineups now. You all said, let's get this ball forward. The crowd is behind them. The Burnley players are telling you do not want to be here. They just want to get back on that bus and head back down to Burnley. And this is going to be a long afternoon. But Noah Calvert-Lewin, Okafor, these players must be licking their lips now because there's goals for it.
Yeah, well, they put 4 past Crystal Palace here in December. They've got 3 already, and there's still over half an hour remaining and a bit of added on time as well. Dubravka is up, but he's clearly uncomfortable in his own half. The ball out of play over on the far side. The throw for Leeds. Okafor and Calvert-Lewin with the goals to add to Stack's opener. And Leeds now surely are taking the step. There could be another chance for Calvert-Lewin, who's up against this step. The step just got first run on him. But Calvert-Lewin is making him work hard. No easy out here. They'll feed it to Dubravka, who just one touch gets it away. He didn't really want any of that, Dubravka. Ball played forward by Burnley. And the ball headed away, and here now is Bogle on halfway. Heads in field. Fleming has got to be walking the tightrope in terms of the bunking. He's biting at everything at the moment. Ball out to Justin. Leeds playing with a bit of a swagger now. As they come over the halfway line, I think they're going to make some changes, Leeds as well. They've just signalled to a couple of their substitutes to make their way back to the bench. And maybe, you know, we talk about this, the sign that, or the strength of these 2 teams. You look at what's on the Leeds bench, like Sir Daniel Dane, Sean Longstaff, John Farrell, Brendan Harrison, Lucas Nemecha, Willie Nonto, all to come on. It's the haves and the have-nots, isn't it?
It is, and like I said, it's a fantastic bench to have. And when you go 3 goals up, you can afford to rotate. And I think that looks like what Daniel Farker doing. We can see a couple of players getting ready now. I think it's Nemecha and Longstaff who are just getting changed. So this is a brilliant position for Leeds United to be in.
Yeah, it is. Daniel Farker promoted twice with Norwich. Couldn't keep them in the Premier League, but he'll say maybe this is the first time he's truly been backed as a Premier League manager. And he'll point to the league table that says when he gets the goods, he can get the job done. And it's looking that way, highly likely now. Calvert-Lewin, even he can't get high enough to control that ball forward. He's going to ball again. You're going to hear that every time he touches it. And a cheer as his ball goes forward. As Tanaka gets it away, and now Leeds are going to attack again. And Leeds looking in the mood, trying to find Calvert-Lewin. A step, clears it away, but it's picked up by Strapp. Here's Stack, lays it back. And Purdue wanted to pass out to the right, but Bogle had made an attacking run into the penalty area, so they're patient here. Tanaka has it, and he gets it away now over on the far side, the Leeds left-hand side. 3-0 Leeds lead here. There's going to be more changes on both sides. As Purdue turns, gets the ball out wide, and Leeds have it again on their left-hand side. Calvert-Lewin waiting in the box, making run after run. The pass hasn't come yet. He's watching more goals. Lucas Perez about to come on. Florentino about to come on for Burnley. Ball put round the corner by Stack, was looking for Bogle. He couldn't quite get on the end of it. And Burnley just happy to thump it away. And I think, Aaron, if you said to Burnley you can go home now, they'd probably get on the bus right now.
They'd bite your hand off. This is not an easy watch.
Here now is Justin. Gets the ball away to Calvert-Lewin. Forced down to the byline. Plenty arriving in white. Lays it back to Bogle. Which one in is cleared away. But everywhere the ball goes, there seems to be more white shirts than claret bottles.
It just keeps coming back. Burnley is so deep now. This team is gone here. They're fully gone. Like you say, it's a complete rebuild leading to Burnley now. This team is shot to pieces. They just want the season to end. They want this game to end. But for Leeds United, like you said, there's going to be a couple of changes here, but there's goals from in this game. They should be looking to put on a real show tonight. Like you said, they already have done. So let's go get 4 and 5.
Yeah, well, that's what they'll be wanting to do as the ball over on halfway with Burnley, who look shell-shocked at the minute, and they're going down to the Championship with a whimper. Ball play forward, that handball certainly Burnley were appealing. But forward goes Bogle, and Bogle now is racing away. Ball with the outside of the boot for Stack. Stack gets there, puts in an early ball. Calvert-Lewin was beaten to it. It'll fall to Ampadu. Ampadu into the area, lays it back now for Stack. Calvert-Lewin waits at the far post. The ball above him is heading back towards goal, and it lands on the roof of the net from Kyle Walker. I think he was trying to get it back to the Bradkin, but he puts it behind for a corner.
He was just trying to head it back, Kyle Walker, trying to be a little bit composed and trying to head it back to the Bradkin, but he's headed it out for a corner, and that just leads to more pressure. We're just going to see a couple of changes now here for Burnley.
Yeah, first of all, it's not Okafor, the man who got the second goal, who will make way against a standing ovation. He won't want the season to end, the form that he's in at the moment, nor Okafor.
He definitely won't, but he had a tight hamstring last weekend against Chelsea, so this will be good precaution. He's got his goal tonight, he'll be happy. Another 65 minutes in the tank, rest up and go again.
Yeah, Lucas Matcher comes on. As they're making changes here. Ward-Prowse, one of those going off. He is replaced by Florentino. They've actually about to bring on Lucas Perez as well. Trying to see who the other player is. Is it? Oh, he's just gone off behind the goal. Is it Kyle Walker that's making his way around? Is it Hartman? It might be Hartman. Yeah, it's Hartman. Corner for Leeds. Will tidy those up in a moment. Ball whipped in towards the near post. Strack with a header, puts it wide. And it's behind, and it's 3-0 to Leeds, and we've still got 25 minutes remaining here. Lucas Perez comes on for Hartman. Okafor for Lucas Matcher. Okafor's had that bit of quality, hasn't he? He's really, certainly latter part of the season, he's turned on, he's turning goals now, and he just looks a quality operator.
He looks like a fantastic player. He's found form at a really good time for Leeds United. He's finding his feet. I read an interview with him not so long ago saying he still doesn't think he's reached the level that he's capable of. So that's going to be interesting because he's getting better and better each week now. So he's been a wonderful addition to this football team.
Yeah, it certainly has. Burnley have it. No need to tell you who's on it now with the booze as the ball works its way to Lucas Perez. He goes back, and Burnley will play it around at the back. Namecha chasing down here. Leeds pulling away from the bottom three and doing it in style. And you know, we were talking. I think you made the point that they go to Spurs a week on Monday. Leeds. Yeah, you could argue Leeds going to think they're safe, but in this kind of mood, if they turn up and play like this, they're going to be a match for anybody.
Leeds are going to be a match for anybody. There's no doubt about that. They're playing with such confidence now, and that's going to be no easy game for Spurs. Leeds are going to go there already safe. And that's a dangerous feeling for any team going there. So, look, it's going to be a difficult game. Leeds are going there with plenty of confidence. They're playing really well at the minute.
Yeah, well, Burnley have got a rare attacking opportunity. Those have been few and far between tonight. Hannibal played it forward, cleared away, straight back to Hannibal. Gets the ball away. And now the ball out wide is nicked away by Bogle. And Hannibal can't seem to get away from the ball at the moment. Here's Anthony. Gets it away on that far side to Ekdal. And now the game out of Burnley's reach, seemingly here. Ball now coming forward with Walker. Tries to feed it in. An opportunity. Will Fleming get a chance to shoot? No, poking wide here. Humphries tries one. Great save, but he's touched him, but the flag's gone up. The flag has gone up. And that was a close-range finish. Perez, I think it was, who was on the end of it. It's a great save, by the way, from Darlow. He's had little to do. They're going to check this. Fleming very unselfish. Bashir Humphries hits it. I'll tell you what, he's offside here. I think this is going to be overturned.
I think it stands like
I think this is going to be a goal. Because Darlow's made a great save, but Luca Perez on as a sub. He was offside when that shot was hit. The flag went up. He didn't overly complain. Oh, this is tight. This is really... Is this going to be one where his shoulder's offside? Potentially. On the first angle we saw, he looks on, and then you look at that angle.
Yeah,
is his body just leaning too far forward?
Yeah, just on this angle now, seeing it again, he looks like he might be just offside with that right shoulder. But this is going to be tight. This could take a little while, this could.
Good. VAR is having a look. We're zooming in on toes, and we're going to be drawing some lines pretty quickly, I'd imagine, here. Well, his feet are about half a yard behind, but he's leaning forward almost at a 45-degree angle. His shoulder could be the problem here. Well, the flag went up straight away from the assistant on the far side, and they're looking. Man on the lines, and he's going to be offside, and it is going to be his shoulder or his shirt sleeve that is offside. That is really unfortunate for Burnley. They've not done a great deal. Humphries with a great shot. It's a good save from Darlow, but Lucas Perez was there to touch it in. That is so tight.
It is so tight. It's a whisker for Leeds, and it's going to be a wake-up call. Like I said, Burnley's just up the tempo a little bit. Hannibal's been getting on the ball and pulling a little bit of string. And like I said, it's a great save by Darlow, but this is marginal. But it's a warning for Leeds, that is.
It is. Ball cleared away by a step, up forward by Burnley. Played out on this near side. Here's Bogle. Bogle knocks it forward, looking for Nemecha. He's going to chase it, and he nicked it away. There was a bit of an air swing there from a step who was looking to get the ball back. That could have got a little bit messy, but Burnley cleared out inside their own penalty area. Ball played out to this near side to Humphries. There's been a bit of a reshuffle at the back for Burnley as they look to play out inside their own penalty area. Leeds 3, Burnley 0. For the Ladies Lords head to Ladbrokes. So right now you can get Leeds to win by 4 goals similar, 12-5. The draw 125-1. That's all thanks to Ladbrokes. 18 plus gambleaware.org. And we're about to see Brendan Aronson coming on. I think if you'd have said, Aaron Lennon, at the start of the year that Leeds would have survived, and Dan James, Joe Perreault and Willie Monto would have contributed 0 Premier League goals, you probably wouldn't have bought that, would you?
I would definitely not have bought that, but that shows the depth of this squad. Look, Leeds are bringing on Brendan Harrison here. The players we've mentioned just there, it shows you that the recruitment has been really good this season.
Here's a chance for Burnley on the break. Chuma with a shot, and this time he lashes it in. That's a great strike. Lovely counter-attack from Burnley. And the ball on the edge of the box. Chuma smashes it in. It's a great goal. Nothing Darlow can do about this. And there's no offside flag to save Leeds this time.
No, there's no offside flag. It's a great play. It's great play into Anthony, who plays the ball forward. And like I said, Burnley have just been coming into this game. They took the shackles off a little bit, and it's a wonderful finish. And Leeds have had the warning signs just before this. And you can see Daniel Farker, he's not happy at the side, and he's going to make changes here. Brendan Harrison will be coming on now.
Well, all of a sudden, 71 minutes gone. Remember, there's going to be quite a bit of added on time here because there were that injury to Dubravka, Aronson and Longstaff are coming on, and all of a sudden the mood here has just changed a little bit. So Aronson will replace Anton Stack, whose goal got proceedings off to a flying start, and also coming on at the expense of Tanaka is Longstaff. But Tanaka makes way. Big fan favourite here. But Longstaff comes on. A couple of changes, and Mike Jackson's about to make a couple more as well. For Burnley, he's got 2 stripped and ready to go. We're going to see Zeki Amdouni coming on, and Armando Roja. And to be fair now, there's something potentially in this for Burnley.
There definitely is. We've added time on. There's still well over 20 minutes to play. And look, Leeds have got to be smart here. They've got to play the game. They've got to slow it down. They've got to take the time, because Burnley have got a little bit of momentum here. And I tell you what, if Burnley was to get this next goal, that would make the game really interesting.
Right, would. They did fire a shot across the bars, didn't they, with an offside goal that was only millimetres offside. As Hannibal takes the throw right in front of Daniel Farker and the Leeds bench. 3-1 then, and a lifeline potentially for Spurs and West Ham and Forest, who are all below Leeds. As the ball played back, Burnley have got their subs ready to go, but not on the field yet, and now a needless free kick given away by Ampadu. It's like someone's let the air out of the crowd. It's all gone quiet, hasn't it?
It's gone really quiet in here, and that's what goals do. They change football matches, they change the feel of it. It's lifted Burnley a little bit. They're playing on the front foot, they're playing forward. It looks like they're going to be going to 2 up front now. So like I said, Leeds have got to really settle this game now and be really smart about how they finish off this game.
Yeah, well, there's a problem here for one of the Leeds players. It's Ampadu who went down, and Bashir Humphries, in fairness, helped him to his feet there. I'm not sure what the issue was. Ampadu's on it now. He could do with getting rid of this. He's under pressure and he's played a bit of a nothing pass, and Darlow will just come out and thump it away. Leeds are not messing about there. Calvert-Lewin challenges Esteve. Ball will break for Aronson on the near side. 3-1, 74 on the clock. You're live on talkSPORT. Tomorrow is the EFL day. Here now is Bogle. Puts the ball in the end, Luka Nemecha clash with Calvert-Lewin, and the shot lacked any power, and it's plucked out of the air by Dubravka. But Leeds with a break there looked close to a fall.
Yeah, it's a lovely ball in again by Bogle. A wonderful weighted cross. And it's just behind Calvert-Lewin and Nemecha, and he just can't get the purchase on it to steer it into the goal. But it's a great ball and a great one run by Bogle again. He's such a threat down his right-hand side.
He is a player made in the EFL and now playing his trade in the Premier League. Will Ipswich be doing that at the end of play tomorrow? Ipswich against Queen's Park Rangers live 12:30 on talkSPORT. talkSPORT 2, Wrexham, Middlesbrough. That has got implications on automatic and the playoffs, so that's going to be a free kick and a booking, and Ampadu couldn't help himself. Just drags back Hannibal, and that is a 6th booking of the night.
How many of the same bookings that we've seen tonight? It's just deliberate fouls by Leeds United. Very naive. I know you're breaking up play, but last thing you need is to go down to 10 men here. But to be fair to Hannibal, he's been really good when he's come on. The crowd have been on him, but he's got on the ball and he's made Burnley play.
Yeah, Bashir Humphries makes way. He's replaced by Armando Broja, and Zeki Amdouni is also coming on, and he'll be replacing Jadon Anthony, who has not had his number raised yet. I found on it's Ian Fleming that's coming off. Is it? Well, Fleming thinks he's coming off. He's waiting. He's still on the edge, and it is actually Ian Fleming that comes on, so Jadon Anthony will stay on. And Mike Jackson has made his changes. 3-0 down they were. Goals from Stack, Okafor and Calvert-Lewin had Leeds in control. There was a disallowed goal for Luca Perez for Burnley, and a couple of minutes after, Chauna with a wonderful strike, lashed it in from just inside the penalty area to make it 3-1, and all of a sudden there's a bit of life in this match yet. Ball now will be played forward by Hannibal. ball. Anthony's gone offside. Jonah's going to chase this down, and well, he's bundled over Stroud, who held his ground well, and that'll be a free kick. Much to the annoyance of the Burnley man. And Stroud will just regather himself and pick himself up off the AstroTurf, and he will come onto the field, and it will be a free kick.
As you can see here, Leeds are just slowing it down. Burnley made a foul here. Leeds are taking the time, running the clock down, and this is really smart play by Leeds, because Burnley have just picked up a little bit of momentum. They've just got to take the tempo, take the flow out of Burnley's play at the minute, because Burnley are on top.
Yeah, there was a spell of games here, then back-to-back home games against Manchester City and Sunderland, Leeds, where Manchester City and Sunderland, I think, were both guilty of a lot of time wasting and tactical timeouts, etc. Leeds fans were furious, but I'll tell you what, they're taking now for Leeds just to waste another few minutes off the clock here, because if Burnley were to score next, anything could happen here. Seemed unthinkable at 3-0.
It did seem unthinkable. I thought this game was out of reach, and I was looking at it thinking this game could be 4 or 5. But fair play to Burnley, they've made a few changes who have changed the feel of this game, and they've given themselves half a chance. Like I said, that next goal is massive in this game now.
Yeah, it is. Anthony's pass went awry, and now Burnley come forward again. Here in the centre circle they have it, and now they'll feed it back, and Burnley looking to work their way back into this match. Zeki Amdouni, here's Hannibal, plays it to Anthony. Amundsen's pushing him back in his own half. Now Stev, in what is back four, gets it away. Anthony to Stev. Leeds not doing anything in a hurry here, they're just holding their shape. They've won the game once, they don't need to go and win it again. What they've got to make sure is they don't let this 2-goal lead slip. Ball with Dubravka. Ball up towards halfway, and it's just an entirely different atmosphere. Free kick given away by Longstaff. Didn't see a great deal in that, but the referee did. Ball switched quickly to Anthony. Mike Jackson just imploring his team to get forward. And forward they go. Here goes Anthony. Maybe there's a big twist in the Premier League relegation battle. Vogel will see the ball out for a throw-in on this near side.
As you can see, Mike Jackson on the sideline urging his team to get forward. Anthony now driving at the fullback, as he should have been doing in the first half. And they've just raised the tempo, Burnley, and Leeds are captain at this minute.
They are, and they have given away a lot of late goals in the Premier League this year. They've seen points slip through their fingers. Late equaliser Aston Villa springs to mind. There's been others. They conceded and added on time here to Bournemouth as well. But if they concede a second here, this is going to be one heck of a roller coaster finish. And Burnley credit to. This is the Burnley I thought we'd get in the first half. We didn't see it, but we're seeing it now. Is it going to be too late for Burnley, or maybe too late for Spurs and West Ham? And Leeds are implored forward here because they're just stuck in their own half. 3-1 they lead, but it's Burnley asking the questions. Although what I would say is they're still playing on the break here now. Is Calvert-Lewin looks to square it. He had the venture in the middle, but he couldn't find him.
It's a massive opportunity. Leeds breakaway on this right-hand side, and the Metro pulls away, and he's free in the box, and Calvert-Lewin have to find him. But here's the chance. Oh, never been a foul.
Longstaff is penalised, and he's letting the referee know exactly what he thinks about that. Now, well, Burnley have played it, the free kick not from the right spot, but had that been played on, they would have been clean through on goal here.
Never a foul for me. Great tackle by Longstaff, but he wins it, and I'll tell you what, that would have been a chance. But it's not a foul, but the referee's given it.
Well, did look like he got the ball, but referee had other ideas. We've had 6 bookings in this match as Burnley playing forward. It'll roll harmlessly out for a throw-in. What will the mood be like in the Tottenham Hotspur camp tonight, do you think?
Oh, there'll be some nervous fans, there'll be some nervous players now watching on. They know they've got to go. They've got to go and get wins now. They have to, and it's a massive game away at Villa. But they're looking at that. They cannot lose that game. They need to go there now, at least get a point, and then be looking into the Leeds game. But they have to pick up points now.
Yeah, they certainly do. Ball over on the Burnley right. Jonah, the man who got a great goal back. It's his second of the year against Leeds. Leeds have it. mean, what we should point out as well, even if Burnley did produce a miraculous and get back to level 2, Leeds still go a point further away from the bottom 3, don't they?
No. 41 points probably keeps you safe also, but Leeds will not be thinking about that right now. I'm just so surprised at Burnley. I really expected Burnley to come out and play this way from the beginning. But like, they've had a go now, they're having a go. You can see the front line now. They've got 3 and 4 on the front line, whereas they had a back 6 in the first half, whereas now they're in a back 3, back 4.
Yeah, all given away. Hannibal retreat back inside his own half. He gets it, plays it forward. Nice pass, popped off there. Can Aronson win it back? No, he slips as Pires turns the ball back to Estev. Into the final 8 and a bit minutes. You're live on talkSPORT. What a weekend we've got. All the drama, the ups and downs in the EFL to come. Well, the drama's here at Ellen Road tonight on talkSPORT. That's the only way they do it at Leeds. They never do anything easily, do they?
Never do it easy here at Leeds United. Never have done, to be fair. But look, they've just got to settle this game down here now. Just take your time, settle it down. That's such a silly foul by Roger here. Gives Leeds United another break in play. It's exactly what they need. That's it, there's 10 minutes to go. Just settle the game down and see this game out now.
Yeah, I thought it was funny earlier when you said it seems quite a relaxed Ellen Road. The fact that they were that scared, they didn't want to say anything. Nobody dare speak when they walked in. They all have been through the mill with this famous football club many times. As the sun goes through the ups and downs, there have been a few downs, but there are a few ups coming back to Leeds now, and it's good to see.
It's great to see, and there's one thing that has always happened at this football club is that the fans are stuck with this team, and they always will do. It's a fantastic football club with fantastic fans, and I'm so happy for this football club now to be looking safe and to be staying in the Premier League where they belong.
Yeah, well, they are at the minute. Burnley will have other things to say about that. I just think the Burnley fans will wonder where this performance was in the first half, because they could have made it awkward for Leeds tonight. Ball, I think, is that a handball against Broy? I think it is. And he's having a word with the official. And he's not overly happy with the decision. And your Farker looks on. 6.5 minutes remaining. There's going to be a chunk of added on time. You're listening to Leeds Burnley on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car here for it, but now at enterprise.co.uk. Leeds leading 3-1. Burnley have rattled Leeds' cage, laid on a 4 for Leeds. Would wrap it up. In fairness to Leeds, they've still kept trying to go forward, haven't they?
Yeah, no, they have. Like I said, Burnley have had a real goal these last 10-15 minutes or so. Leeds have pushed forward, they're still pushing bodies into the box.
Set piece ball, ricochets around, and Walker can't stop it going up for a corner for Leeds. And Leeds are going to get another opportunity, maybe to put this game to bed.
Yeah, Leeds will be happy with this. The corner for Leeds on the left-hand side, Longstaff taking his time before he puts this in, just ticking off that clock now. But like I said, another goal kills this game off. Burnley, fair play to Burnley, they've had a little goal in this last 10 minutes, but Leeds should see this game out now.
So a corner from the Leeds left, right-footed, Longstaff's going to deliver it, he will swing it in, Rodon, Biol, Calvert-Lewin all white, the ball floats towards Calvert-Lewin, header from Rodon, and Dubravka clutched it in underneath his crossbar. I think maybe have the power to beat Dubravka, but it's a decent header.
It's a decent header because there's not much on the cross, so Rodon's having to generate the power. He gets good contact when it's straight down Dubravka's back, but that's good ball by Leeds, and it's good play by Leeds.
Ball is inside Burnley territory. They're running out of time here. 5 to go. Ball played forward. And now forward goes Justin. Looks for the ball over the top, looking for Calvert-Lewin. Estev heads it away. Knows he's been in the battle tonight, doesn't he, Estev? It's been a good contest between the two. Nice challenge from Longstaff. Aronson picks it up on the centre circle. And here now is Ampadu, finds Pascal Struck. Gets it away, and Walker eases the Leeds player off the ball. Now Burnley will attack. Longstaff. Crunching challenge goes in there. Leeds come off on the wrong end of it. Burnley continue to attack. Ball works its way out on the near side. Here now is Jadon Anthony. He's driving forward to the edge of the box. He goes past one and it's stumped away. no-nonsense defending from Leeds up towards halfway, and Burnley retreat back inside their own half. We're into the final 4 live on talkSPORT. There is going to have at least 5 minutes added on, at least I would imagine, for that Nebraska injury and the changes and the goals we've had. 3 goals second half. All over on the far side. Here now forward go Burnley. Can they get a second goal? They were 3-0 down. Jonas, great strike, got them back in it. After Perez had one disallowed for a very marginal offside. Burnley not exactly going all out, are they? They're still trying to play their style rather than just go all out for the second.
They are. They're still trying to play through the lines. They're still trying to get the passes. Like I said, they're still... Mike Jackson on the sidelines urging them to play forward, urging them. But they're still taking their time. And Leeds will be comfortable with this. Leeds have dropped into a 5-4-1 now. And they're happy with Burnley just having possession in front of them.
Well, it's been a patient build-up for Burnley. Now they've got it wide on the right. And there are plenty of shirts in the middle waiting for a cross. But that cross doesn't come. And Leeds have the ball into their own area. Play forward for Calvert-Lewin. He does well. Breaks on here. If Aronson can win the ball, he's gone down. And that's going to be a booking for Hannibal. It's going to be a yellow card, and it may be stopped. Another goal for Leeds. They were on the break on halfway, and Aronson got clattered.
Yeah, it's a great play again by Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He cushions it into Aronson Park, and Hannibal makes a foul on Aronson in the middle of park because Lemaitre was free on that left-hand side. And it's a booking, which, as you can hear, the fans were really happy and celebrated that one.
Yeah. He's into the book. Well, they're starting to find their voice again now after a nervy 10 minutes when Burnley, fair play to them, had a good old go at it. Jonas' goal got them back within 2, but they've not really managed to test Darlow after that. And Leeds, to be fair, on the other end, have had a couple of hard chances of their own. And now Beale will lay it back to Darlow. And the ball played forward for Calvert-Lewin. Brings it down. What's his touch like? It's decent. And now he's on the move. He's brought down. Well, no, it wasn't. Looked like a foul to me, but the referee was having none of it. Ball headed forward again.
He's playing with a lot of confidence now, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It's a wonderful first touch, and it probably is a foul. But it's great to see him playing this way. I was with Dom at Everton, and he had his injuries and stuff, but he's really found real good form here, and you can see he's enjoying his football again.
And it shows the value of a goal because it's a tap-in from 2 yards out, followed up a parry from the keeper, but it means everything. All of a sudden he's scoring goals again.
It does, and that's how it is for strikers. They can be playing well and they're not scoring, and you can see they get a little bit edgy, a little bit nervy, but any goal will lift them, and you can see it even in his performance today. Once he's got that goal, he's risen again, but he's been brilliant today. He's got a goal and an assist.
Rodon has asked a lot of Aronson, but Aronson's going to chase it. Esteva's beaten him to it, as he should have done with a head start. He finds Hannibal, plays it forward. Ball just overhit and Strand sweep up. He's been good tonight. Whenever Leeds have needed him, he's been there. As the ball played across, it wasn't the best pass to Justin, who made light work of it. Gives it back to Darlow, and well, Darlow just hits it out. That was a bit of a scruffy passage to play, although Rodon is down, and maybe that is why Darlow decided to hit the ball out of play.
I think he hit it out of play already, and then he's seen Darlow Joe Rodon going down. But I think Joe Rodon has a problem here. I've seen him holding the back of his calf, and I think Leeds will have to make a change here.
Yeah, well, we mentioned there was going to be a decent amount of added on time. We understand it's going to be 8 minutes added on here. We're into the 90th now. They are going to make a change. For Leeds to have to make their 4th change. As I was looking down at. Yeah, well, Sebastian Ball now will be the natural replacement, and he's about to come on now. And it's found game time a little bit hard to come by at Leeds, but there is 8 minutes, so we're into the 8 now, so there's going to be a little bit longer than 8 because Joe Rodon is still down getting treatment. Former Spurs player Joe Rodon, and he's been a really good signing, hasn't he, for Leeds?
He's been a fantastic signing on and off the pitch. He's a warrior, he's a leader, and he's been vital for Leeds. It's not a good sign this spring coming off here again, but it shows the depth of his squad. Now, who's been asked to come on, he's not had much game time, but when he has been asked to play, he's been brilliant. But let's hope for this, it's just a tightness of the calf, but nothing serious for him, because like I said, he's a massive part of this dressing room.
Yeah, he wasn't fit to start at Wembley last week. I think he's going to try, well, he thinks he's going to try and run it off, but He's on the edge of the pitch and the sub's getting ready for Leeds. But it will be the Burnley ball over on the far side. Interesting whether they give the ball back to Darlow here. We're in 8 added on minutes. A reminder what we've got coming tomorrow. It is the end of the EFL season, but every playoff game live across the talkSPORT network. What we don't know yet is who's going to be in the playoffs. As Burnley do sportingly give the ball back to Leeds. Well done to them for that. Ipswich Queen's Park Rangers 12:30 on talkSPORT tomorrow. Wrexham Middlesbrough live on talkSPORT 2. A game that has implications on who makes the 6. On the top 6 and who will be in the playoffs, who will go automatically. We're around the grounds with Adrian from 2:30. Alan Pardew and Mickey Gray's guests tomorrow. We're in the EFL League One. Exeter need a win to stay off. Bradford, well, may need a win to get in the playoffs. Adam Bridge and Perry Groves, our team there. Then on Sunday, live and exclusive Premier League commentary. Villa Spurs. Big game at the bottom. Will Villa have one eye on that second leg of the Europa League semi-final that you'll hear live on Thursday night on talkSPORT. On Monday it's Everton against title-chasing Manchester City. We're into 8 added-on minutes here. All works its way forward for Burnley. Lucas Perez gets the ball away to Hannibal. Hannibal now has it. Brings the ball back down this near side. Back counter, Jura puts the ball in, and there was a chance there. Ball pulled back for Darlow. Well, Breuer's let that ball run free. He's 10 yards out on mark, and he's gone out of the way to let a teammate run on at the far post. But should he be getting a touch there, the centre ball?
I'm just looking at it again. It was so strange for Breuer. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He must have been thinking he was offside because he left it, and Jadon Anthony runs on. But he's got to be thinking, get himself in the box there. The ball's coming in.
Yeah, maybe he did the right thing. Here now. Well, we're about to see Dan James and Willie Monto come on for the final few minutes. So Joe Rodon back on the field is, well, I say clear, I mean, just past the ball, started hobbling around. If I was Daniel Farke, I would not be putting 2 attacking players on now.
No, it's a strange one. He must have said to the physio he's fine to continue because look, they're making 2 different changes here. I'd be getting him straight off, but he's obviously said he's fine to continue. And Leeds are going to make 2 changes here.
Yeah, and the first one of those, Jaden Bogle makes way. He is replaced by Dan James. And also coming on for Leeds, Willie Monto. And he replaces Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who gets a standing ovation. Big part of the back heel for that beautiful goal for the second for Okafor, and then the tap in to make it 3-0 for Leeds.
Yeah, he's been fantastic today. His all-round game, his work rate, his effort. He's deserved his goal today. A lovely assist also. A brilliant performance by Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Really pleased for him.
Yeah, former teammate Aaron Lennon with us tonight. Former Leeds, Burnley, Spurs and Everton man. And England, of course, as well. Leeds have it inside their own area. Darlow thumps it, and it's a chance. The match is after this, and if he can get the flight of the ball, there's a bit of pushing and shoving, and he's pushed off his feet there, and the referee's happy to let that go. And I think if he could have seen the flight of the ball there, Aaron, maybe concentrating on that rather than jostling for position, he might have had a chance.
It was a half a chance here for the match. He just loses the flight of the ball, and he can't see it. But if he'd have kept his eye on it, it was a chance there for him.
Certainly was. Still 3-1. Monto gets it away. Lost out. Hannibal wins it back. Plays it forward. Monto's going to have to track back here. Burnley have got 4 minutes plus a bit more maybe added on at the end as they work their way into the side of the penalty area. Here's Perez. Left-hand side puts it across to the edge of the box. It'll fall to Walker. Is he going to smash what he does? And it hits Longstaff. Balloons up in the air. Ball wide on the right-hand side. Back to Walker again. Flops the ball in towards the far post. It's headed down. It should have been thumped away. It's thumped straight to Hannibal. He shoots. Cleared away by Beale. Leeds just having a moment here where they need to get out of their own half. Burnley pouring forward. Triumph lead by 2 goals here. Ball now on the right. Here's Hannibal again. He has to be fair. Despite the sticky set off the crowd, he has made a positive impact for Burnley. There's no arguing about that. Burnley have it wide on the right, but they're running out of time here. Trailing by 3 goals to 1 already. No, they're down in the Championship. Scott Parker relieved of his duties. Sure it'll be an attractive job. Stephen Gerrard linked with the job. As has been Craig Bellamy, former assistant at Burnley and the Vincent Company, of course. Leeds fans look on. Ball over the top. Is it going to stay in the field of play? Will do. It's pulled back, and there's Rodon. Clears it away. Well, Leeds are making heavy work of this, Aaron Lennon.
Leeds are making really heavy work of that. They're switching up. They're being so naive here. It's so sloppy play by Leeds United at this minute.
It is. Cross comes in again. Danger. Rodon with a brave header. Got smashed in the face. Referee plays on and it's put over the top by Anthony. And that might be Burnley's last chance. But Leeds there. Open. Sat back. And Rodon's brave header was just enough to keep them out, and in the end, a shot over the top.
It's a great header by Rodon, but Leeds have been so naive. Like I said, he falls to Anthony, and it's a chance. And I tell you what, if that goes in with 2 minutes of play, this will be a lovely last couple of minutes. So I think that will be it now. And Leeds will just slow this down, take their time, and see this game out.
We're into the 97th minute. Leeds 3, Burnley 1. Not a good night for Spurs, who are now 9 points behind Leeds United, who move on to 43 points and are surely safe for another year, another crack at the Premier League. Goals from Anton Stack, Noah Okafor and Dominic Calvert-Lewin had them 3-0 up inside the hour. Jonah got a lovely strike back for Burnley, but they've not tested Darlow too much after that. There's a minute of the 8 remaining. There'll probably be a little bit longer to add on as well, as Mencha wins the header. It's in the Burnley left-back position, but Aronson's nicked it back. And he would have been Gnonto with the pass to him from Ampadu, who was just behind him, and Gnonto went without it. And now Burnley will get it back. Hannibal again will come forward. One of 7 bookings tonight. Ball works down this near side at Burnley left. Cross comes in. There's a slip in the box, but just in there, the presence of mind. Just have a look around him, saw there was nobody near him, had a touch and found the pass. And the Mencha wins a throw-in for Leeds, and that's like the pressure relief valve has been let off.
Pressure relief, Daniel Parker and his assistant. Thrown in the Mencha's work right there. It's a lovely ball out of the wing, and just a little throw-in to slow this game down as the clock windows down now. We're on 98 minutes. We played 90 minutes. The whistle won't be long away, and this place will erupt.
Well, it was a night when everyone wondered if Leeds could take that all-important step towards survival. They got a goal early on from Anton Stack that got Ellen Road rocking, and they've never really looked back thereafter. And we're in added on time here, and Ellen Road is in full voice, marching on together. Booms around Ellen Road, a song that you'll be hearing in the Premier League for another 12 months at least, surely after tonight. For Burnley, their relegation and the end of the season can't come soon enough. For Leeds, they may well have a big sound. Who does go down? They've got Spurs and West Ham to come, but they needed a result tonight, a positive one, and they have got an emphatic win over relegated Burnley. And Ellen Road waits to cheer the final whistle. Referee has a look at his watch. Burnley have been much better second half, but damage done maybe in that opening 45 minutes. Ball played infield here. Burnley still trying to probe. It's won back by Longstaff, and he's racing away, and he's got Aronson, and he's got Dan James with him. Feeds it to James, to wrap it up in style, saved by Dubravka. Keeper down will get the rebound. There is no fourth goal, but it won't matter. The full-time whistle draws to a conclusion. Leeds 3, Burnley 1. And Leeds United are now 9 points away from the drop zone. The pressure mounts on Spurs, West Ham and Nottingham Forest, and now Newcastle, who are all below Daniel Parker's side. Anton Stack scored a sizzler from nearly 30 yards out that gave Leeds a lead. Caught out Dubravka early in the first half. Burnley offered little in that first 45 minutes, and when Noah Okafor got on the end of a wonderful Leeds move, Calvert-Lewin chasing down a ball. Lovely back heel found Bogle. His cross lashed in by Okafor at the far post. It was 2-0, 7 minutes into the second half. Calvert-Lewin got a third, bundled in after Tanaka's shot was well saved. That made it 3-0. And while Burnley got a consolation from Jonah with 20 minutes remaining, Burnley couldn't find a second to set the nerves jangling. Leeds had a big question to answer tonight. They have answered it. 6 Premier League games unbeaten. They're finding form at just the right time. And surely Daniel Parker has done enough to keep Leeds in the Premier League. It ends at Ellen Road. Leeds United 3, Burnley 1.
Well, salt in the wounds for Burnley inside Ellen Road, where Michael Jackson was played out at full time. The Burnley interim boss Mike Jackson, of course, Smooth Criminal. Unbelievable. I thought it would be bad who's bad, but they went for Smooth Criminal in the end, but there you go.
That is outrageous. I was looking around the place and like, who's giving the green light on that? Like, that is unbelievable.
Thankfully, they've chirped through now with a little bit of I Predict a Riot, local band, of course. So there you go. Leeds fans can celebrate to their normal tunes now. It's not mathematically done yet, Leeds fans, but you're up to 14th, you're above Newcastle, you're above Forest, above West Ham, and 9 points clear of Spurs. You're up to 43 points. No team has ever been relegated from a 20-team Premier League season with that tally. So barring Premier League history, Leeds United will be a Premier League team next season. As Mark mentioned, 6 games unbeaten, only 3 defeats in the last 13 Premier League games. You have to say survival, when it is absolutely assured, will be very, very well deserved. So Leeds fans, how proud are you of Daniel Farker and your players? 03717 223344 Majestic, and the former West Ham and England striker Carlton Cole will be on the way very shortly with Sports Bar Weekender. Alongside us, Aaron Lennon, former Leeds and Burnley man, of course. For Leeds United, just how a big achievement, when it does come, will survival be?
Amazing achievement for this football club. We all know what it's like coming up from the Championship. The Premier League is a different animal. And look, they've done it with probably 3 games to spare now. I think Leeds are safe. And it's so important for this football club who can now kick on, because they have to kick on, because that second season becomes really difficult. The recruitment has to be right. But let's just enjoy this moment. This is an amazing football club. The music's playing, the fans are rocking, and fair play to Leeds United and Daniel Farker, because they've been fantastic this season.
Well, Leeds United's odds of being relegated have now doubled from 25 to 1 a little bit earlier. It's now 50 to 1 with the bookmakers, and to be honest, that's too short. There's no way they're going to be going down at this point in time. The second goal was absolutely beautiful. It was finished off by Noah Okafor. Loose Burnley pass, pounced on by Calvert-Lewin. Lovely back pass from him. And as Mark mentioned, the cross from Bogle and the finish from Okafor, excellent. Because Dominic Calvert-Lewin had a 12th league goal of the season from close range. And Leeds back, Aaron. In that I mean, can they dream of a world where next season they aren't worried about a relegation fight? With their ambitious American owners, they can dream of a much more comfortable season.
It's going to be difficult, there's no doubt. The second season is always harder. But look, the owners are ambitious. Leeds will spend again, and they will spend big. It's just so important that they get the right players, they get the recruitment. But getting the 9 points today, Leeds United will go in the market early, and that's so important for the football club to get the players, the right players, and get them in early. But a massive achievement for this football club.
The Leeds United players are going around the stadium giving their, receiving lots of adulation, but also giving their thanks in receipt of that to all of the fans here. Daniel Farker just behind them, whipping the crowd up. Thousands of whom have stayed inside the stadium. They know just how significant this result could be. Just on Burnley to finish, Luke Chiwuna got one back for Burnley. What do you think Mike Jackson would have learned tonight with this experience?
I think he would have learned, and I think they would have learned this a long time ago, that this team is not good enough for the Premier League. Look, I've not been harsh on the Burnley players. I've not seen a great deal of them this season, but this is a lack of quality there. They're not good enough for this level. It's going to be a complete rebuild for this football club. The most important thing they can do next is pick the right manager, which is also going to be a difficult ask. But they've done it before. This club will bounce back, like I said, but they've just got to make the right decisions going forward.
Steven Gerrard, Craig Bellamy linked with the job. Big decision to come. That will probably come in the summer. Mike Jackson has 3 more games in charge. Maybe he'll impress enough to convince the ownership group there that maybe he's the man to take them forward. Who knows? But in the end, it ends with defeat for his side tonight and a massive victory for Leeds United. So let's pick our man of the match with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
We're here for a hero on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
So, Aaron, who have you gone for?
It's got to be Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I thought he was fantastic. I thought he led the line brilliant. I thought Bogle on that right-hand side was brilliant. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin, we spoke about him before the game. His all-round play was fantastic. He led the line brilliantly. Look, there was moments in that game where he looks like he's not that much involved, but he's winning flick-ons, he's chasing down lost causes, and then a wonderful bit of play for the first goal. and then he gets his tackle at the end. And hopefully that could lead him to nudging Thomas Tuchel to put him in the England squad.
There were Leeds fans at the start of this season who weren't happy that Dominic Calvert-Lewin had come in. They wanted more in the striking department. He's got his 12th goal tonight. He's been the difference for them in terms of staying in the league. You've got someone that can get double figures up front and lead the line how he does. It's a big difference. Some didn't think Daniel Farke was up to it. Here he is in front of us, taking in all the adulation of these Leeds United fans. Incredible effort. Aaron Lennon, thank you very much indeed. And Mark Wilson as well for a very entertaining evening. Our favourite hero, man of the match from tonight's game with Enterprise Rent-A-Car was Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
The Here For It hero on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Look now at enterprise.co.uk.
Elsewhere tonight in the Scottish Premiership, finished Livingston 2, Aberdeen 2. Ross County have suffered back-to-back relegations from the Scottish top flight. They'll be down in League One next season after a 3-2 defeat by Reef Rovers. Leeds beat Wakefield in Super League, and St Helens kept up pace with a win over York. Remember, it's the final day of the EFL season tomorrow. Ipswich can seal promotion at lunchtime at home to QPR. That's live here on talkSPORT. Wrexham can secure a top 6 finish at home to Borough, who can also go on talkSPORT 2 at lunchtime. So make sure you're with us for that. But here, Leeds United go marching on. Premier League survival all but sealed. They're nearly there. Sports Bar weekend is to come. 03717 223344. It's finished Leeds United 3, Burnley 1.
Kick off live on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
In 10 metres, take a left at the pile of washing.
Sorry, what?
At the Valley of Toy Dinosaurs, approach the kitchen with no room to cook. Turn right at the floordrome. You've reached Chaos. Recalculating. Suggest immediate course correction to IKEA for fitted wardrobes, children's storage, and cupboard organisers.
Find your way back to calm. Discover smart storage at your local IKEA now. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
At Betfair, we believe that to play different, you need the right tools. The boots, the world-class tactics, the science-backed nutrition. The pros have their tools, and with Betfair, so do you. Our safer gambling tools work just like the right pair of boots, designed to keep you on top of your game. Open the Betfair app to equip yourself so you can bet at your best. Betfair, play different.
18+ begambleaware.org.
Incredible scenes here at the Village Hotel's Pub and Grill. Fans are taking their place in the fans-only stadium-style seating. Amazing views on huge screens, and we're underway. Lovely bit of dribbling there as she tackles the burger stack. Now they're getting down the wings. Sticky barbecue. Unbelievable. Oh, and he's hit the bar. And it's there. His favourite ice-cold beer. What a result.
Catch every game live in the Pub and Grill at Village. Get in. Find out more at villagehotels.com.
Excuse me. All right, Matt, what did I miss? Not much. 3 goals, 2 red cards and 1 20-man brawl. Then they sacked the manager and appointed an interim.
Football moves fast, so keep up with all the latest breaking news, expert analysis, and exclusive inside stories on thesun.co.uk.
Then they released a new 5th kit and launched a documentary series as well.
Keep up with every kick on thesun.co.uk.
We all fantasize about our perfect home, sipping a morning coffee out on the terrace. Good morning, Mr. Squirrel. Morning. The kids building a tree, playing on the lawn. But come on, this isn't real. Listen, if you're serious about making your fantasy a reality, find out what your home is worth instantly with a free online valuation estimate. Get real about moving. Get on the market. Most common time to obtain an online quote between 1st of April 2024 and 30th of June 2024 was under 3 minutes. Excludes Northern Ireland.
It's another day at Screwfix, and Sir Mo Farah is still getting to grips with things.
So, Mo, with Sprint Delivery, we get the order to them in as little as 20 minutes. Mo?
Mo? Done. He was on the 18th floor.
Nice work. You know we use delivery riders, right?
Oh, now you tell me.
Sprint it in as little as 20 minutes. Screwfix. No stocking. Conditions and geographical restrictions apply.
On day 3 of leftovers for lunch, have a day off. Switch it up with a double cheeseburger cheeseburger for $2.49 on the McDonald's Saver menu.
Leftovers left the chat.
Talk about saver satisfaction. Served from 11 a.m. Price and participation may vary. Fees apply to delivery orders, subject to availability.
Kick off live on talkSPORT with Sky Sports. Stream the biggest Premier League games flexibly with Now. Like Leeds United versus Burnley live today. Search Now Sports, 18 plus, free our internet terms apply.
On DAB and on the smart TV. It's the Sports Bar Weekender. Trouble after whistle argument and filter-free Friday night football talk.
It is K1!
The nation's favourite air-conditioned after party.
But for some reason, it's always your round.
Hang on to your bastard. It's the Sports Bar Weekender on talkSPORT.
Good evening and welcome to the Sports Bar Weekend here on talkSPORT. Majestic and former West Ham striker